Okay, so we're up to session number 38.
Happy 100 videos!
And we have made 100 videos so far.
Yay!
I was amused when I counted up and I went, it's going to fall on this one.
Why is it always us though? Was the 1000th game was us as well, wasn't it? Well, the A team, obviously.
We're essentially taking a break. Well, I am.
Well, it's bound to be a game when Jeremy's in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a better than average chance.
Well, I mean, how many games don't you play in, Jeremy?
2.
I don't play the Friday one, so I only play 2/3 of the
I'm
games.
just going to take a break and
I'm
then
good.
I'll finish with meals after.
Yeah, I called Dimitri's chosen after all.
Hey, Dimitri didn't choose this ragtag, a bunch of rabble.
That's the joke.
Okay, so last we had it, you had been exploring the caves under the mountains near the Five Shires, bordering the Republic of Darrakan. So last you remember, Nasty went missing, Little Miss went missing, and the orcs kicked you out after you killed one of their leaders.
Awkward.
Yep. You killed him with aging.
I, of course, have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you think you killed him with your weapon.
Absolutely. Plumman definitely killed that guy, that giant guy, with his warhammer. Completely
It's
him.
clearly supposed to be a pure test of strength in unarmed wrestling.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem. Because it's not a Plumman problem, that's for sure. He just killed that giant dude. What a badass. And that guy summoned a sword, and he was like, no. Boom.
Yep, you managed to get rid of his summoned sword.
God, that was awesome.
There was a 10% chance, and you got that 10%.
That was awesome.
Okay, so, and you wandered out to Darrakan City where you guys rested up and managed to spend some downtime.
Cool.
So, we come back 8 months later, having had some rest. You've gotten paid for 2 of the quests you've done and up front for the next quest. And you've been told that the next task he wants you to do for your team, whichever one's in it, will be in Galantry City, trying to find out what happened to a missing goblin caravan. Because that's
Because we did such a good job of finding the Gnomish caravan, then they go for goblin caravans.
Yep.
It's all good.
Because he's hoping to stop a war.
We are not the people to ask to do this.
I'm a top-notch investigator.
Yes, you are. And I'm a top-notch murderer.
A top-notch Gnomish investigator, I can understand it.
That's right.
Well, you have a few investigators and a few meat shields, so you fit the purpose of meat shield at the moment.
If only we had a healer. We have a healer! Aww.
Yes. Alwyn Siverson.
We're a balanced party.
You are.
We're not min-maxed at all. We are a bit.
And so you've been tasked with finding out what's happened. So the Galantrians don't end up at war with the Orcs of Thar and the Broken Lands, because if they do, then it will most likely spill over into Darrakan and Ethingar.
Yeah, I don't want that. I mean, Ethingar at war isn't really an unbelievable thing.
Well, if the Galantrians push hard, the easiest way out for the hordes in the Broken Lands is through Ethingar.
I don't think the Ethingarians do it themselves.
And that they're basically... they're fairly even matched. So
Until I show up, obviously.
So it's unsure who would actually win.
Yeah. Don't really need that.
Plowman would.
Revel in the war and death? Sorry, the war and the bloodshed. Death would be evil.
Only depends on who you're killing and why.
So, revel in the glory, battle, and bloodshed. Not the dead.
Well, hey, it used to be that killing 10% of an army was considered to have routed the army and massacred them.
But
And,
that's not good enough to
And
plan.
then in modern
quite
times,
literally decimated them.
yeah, decimated. If you took out 10%, you decimated the army.
I think that camera's frozen again. Apparently I'm just doing this the whole time.
This
You're
is
always
very
very
comfortable.
Good to watch Stefan smile so much.
you have this, smile that doesn't seem that lasts a lifetime.
Well, I'm currently in my autumn state, so
Okay, I'm gonna have to fix the other camera
more
first
fine.
because
Going back to
apparently
autumn.
that
Going
one
to autumn.
has.
No longer winter.
no, he doesn't stay in on the seasons all the time. Some of that do, but he actually changes. And that's why Mark's going to be in for a rude awakening.
Come on, camera. You can fix.
We believe in you, camera.
You can do it.
Because autumn is all friendly and stuff.
Come on,
And winter's
camera.
very
Where are
cold
we?
and bitchy.
I just lost 2 of my cameras, so that's fantastic news. I'm sure.
Because I was mean to Kiki last time, because I was in winter, Kiki doesn't like me.
Fair enough.
And Kiki's going to be like,
There we
"What's
go.
going
That
on? Why
one's
are you
back.
Why are you nice now?"
And now the other one.
Oh, a bit of caffeine. I feel so much better. Oh my god.
There we
Hello.
go.
It's me.
And cameras are back.
Hello. Is it me
That's
you're
okay.
looking
I'm not
for?
sure exactly why they freeze sometimes,
I
but
can see it in the camera. Sorry.
if you don't do them, if you don't recover them in the right order, it just doesn't work.
That's really
Well, I've
weird.
noticed it always turns red whenever it freezes.
Oh, it's because this one's red.
Oh.
I normally start it while the light's red, which means it freezes when the light's red.
I wonder why it always freezes around the same time.
Because I didn't like it when I started. It's like, you're recording now? I'm gonna freeze.
So you're recording. Be a shame if someone were to freeze.
Well, Stefan can say he can hold his smile for an hour
There you go.
or 3 hours.
Exactly.
Or worse, like one of the other Tuesday night games, everyone on Skype was completely muted for the entire session. And no one was actually at the table except for Stefan.
Cool.
Which means I should just check to make sure they're all working. Yeah, they all apparently are working.
Oh
It's
my
good thing you
God.
checked that one.
What an amazing item. Bag of devouring.
Is that the one that eats people?
It's the bag of holding only om nom nom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
There's also the mimic bag as well.
In the guys I used to play with in Melbourne, the running joke was, is it a mimic? Because there was a campaign where just everything was a mimic. Everything. Every door you went through was a mimic. Sometimes they were friendly. But they were all mimics. Tables, mimics. Chairs, mimics. Couches, beds. All mimics. Your weapon, it's a mimic. But it still attacks. It was hell. Is it a mimic?
And then it talks to you. You laugh, your sword laughs, the chair laughs. The horse laughs. It's like, but I thought you were a horse. It just laughs.
The toaster laughs. We shot the toaster. It was a good day.
Yep.
Yes, the table complimented you on shooting the toaster.
Although we did learn in the last dungeon that certain mimics enjoy cheese.
Oh yeah. Wait, was I there? As in
Yep.
this? Was that this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chum was there.
You tossed Nasty in its mouth.
Spat him back out.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Because apparently Nasty thought he could kill it from the inside.
Nasty's a dumb hoe. But we
Yes.
love you.
Okay, so you have been given money, horses if you needed it.
We've been given money, horses, and time. So how many people have I murdered? Fought.
Well, you're starting off in Darken City. You've been told that you need to get to Galantry City. You can, once you get to Galantry City, you can spend some time shopping and looking for other things you want because they have a better market there than they do in Darken.
Gotcha.
Depends. Would you like to roll the arrow, the poison, or the dagger?
I love it. Those are so cool.
You can see how many people you killed.
And you can either fly there, ride there, or teleport there. You want to fly there? There's a gnomish vehicle leaving at any time now.
No. No, Plumman will
It's
travel.
only for the brave.
Plumman
What?
will travel by horse, doing his best to find a random encounter or 10.
You can make any encounter random if you wish to.
Oh, you know who's a good party to ride with if you want to go somewhere?
Mm.
The messenger service. Those guys just knock everything over.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I may accidentally have killed a village or two delivering a parcel. Maybe.
How? And impressive.
Well, there are 2 messenger services currently going around. There's the Gnomish one,
Mm-hmm.
which sometimes delivers, and there's the Ethingarian one, which will eventually deliver, but there may be some carnage along the way.
I'm in. But no, that would be terrible.
So far, no one's decided to call themselves a message. I'm a message. Please deliver me here. Okay, let's go.
That's not something Plumman would have an issue with. You are getting tied to the horse, though.
I don't think anyone would mind because very few things stop the Ethingarian messaging service.
I mean, apart from the Spanish Inquisition, I guess.
And the Khan.
They technically all work for him anyway.
That'd be hilarious.
So if he tells them to stop, they stop. They're not stopping for anyone else.
We're meant to go this way. That's the Khan's tent. Did we go through it? I'm not sure.
We stop and wait for the Khan to move. He's there for a month. We're waiting for a month.
I've got food. Did anybody else bring snacks?
Okay, so has everyone got their characters ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So is Nasty disguised as a human with his legs?
So are we starting at Glandry?
Are you starting in Darragon City, heading north?
Okay,
Going direct to Gantry.
He doesn't want to go. So can I have my other character step in?
You can have your other character step in.
He's called the bartender.
Hmm.
I'm going to roll a concern check. Oh, look, I failed. I'm concerned.
Oh,
He's an alchemist artificer.
I'm even more concerned now that you said alchemist.
He's called the bartender.
Mark's Pathfinder character scares me enough when it comes to fires.
So, which class is he?
The new artificer one that's... Is that okay to use? Sorry, I should ask.
Not really, but...
Oh, crap. Alright, well, in that case, he is some sort of magicishi person.
Majishishi. What have you been
Yeah,
thinking?
sorry, I did not think
Yes.
that through.
My class is Shisha.
He's still... Okay, he's a druid. He's called the bartender and he's a druid, and give me a few minutes and I'll fix it.
Just before you finish the druid, druids and clerics are illegal in Glantry, as are
Okay.
paladins and rangers.
That actually
divine
works.
magic is not a good thing.
Oh,
That actually
my other
works with my
character-
character
my
story I
backup
had.
character's a ranger.
So that's fine.
So you're going to be a halfling druid?
No, I'm going to be a human druid. And I'll figure out the rest as we go.
Okay. Just thought I'd mention that bit. And
That's cool. I didn't even... I remember it came out in one of the books, but I didn't even think about asking. Sorry, that's my bad.
Technically, it didn't come out in any of the books. It came out in Unearthed Arcana and through the DM's Guild online thing. They never actually
No, it
released
came
in
out with the
book.
latest book.
Did they?
Yeah.
Which one's that one? The one that just came out?
The one that came out like a month ago, yeah.
I haven't looked in that one at all.
No,
yet
I'm
for
very
it.
okay with not using it, but that was why I just didn't think about asking. Sorry. They made it official about 2 months ago, I think.
So that's the Wildermount one?
Something like that, yeah. I haven't read the book. I just saw that they made it legal, and I was like, yay! But I will make mine a druid, knowing that druids are not a cool thing to be.
Okay. Because one of the other groups is currently investigating a case of druids in Galantry to find out why they're there.
So you could play a druid very easily.
And are you a Circle of the Moon druid like nearly 99% of other druids I've seen?
No land.
Land? Yeah.
Much prefer land. I don't know why people like moon so much.
Everyone seems to think wild shape is the only way to do druid.
No, God no. I barely use wild shape.
Okay, so just so if I have it available, I'll open it up.
He's called the bartender, and I have got a bit of a story in my head, so yeah.
Okay. So just so you know, that's how many different druids I have available. So I have 9 different types of druid.
All right, let me click on.
Prime Terror, that sounds amazing. And terrifying.
Well, that's what the whole point of it. Shapeless and prime terror. It's not for the faint of heart.
No, I wouldn't say so.
And I think the shepherd and the stones are all about ancestors. Tree of Life is an elven one. Fae Friend it can be quite a few different things. As
Would
can
the
some
sorry.
others. What was that?
Would the Fae Friend Circle know me? Or of me being Fae touched? No. Fae kissed or whatever.
Possibly.
Because I can speed, read, and write Sylvan. Which I think druids can? No.
No, they have druidic.
Oh, that's
But
right.
they also get Sylvan most of the time as well.
Yeah.
Just because they have more certain languages doesn't mean they don't get others.
True.
And plus they always have that speak with animals. I don't need a language, I just talk to animals.
Yeah. Screw people.
Okay, so that will give you other options. I will put links up there later if you need them.
All right, cool. Thank you. And I'm just going into your classes list to make sure I pick the right one.
Yep. Okay, so you spend about 2 weeks traveling to Galantry. No matter how many times you try to have a disagreement with things along the way, most of the things are avoiding you. Apparently your horse is scary.
This place sucks.
And it is also a farmland that you're passing through most of the way.
Must not attack.
Though there are cows if you really want to go off and assault a cow. I'm sure you can have... I even have cow stats now. So you can actually go toe-to-toe for cow, and it'd be funny if you lost.
That'd be amazing.
I actually killed a mid-level boss in Under the Abyss using 8 cows that I conjured as a druid. The DM was so pissed.
I would be too.
I would have laughed. I would have said that would have been amusing.
Oh,
Ooh, well played.
if they were in your way, you'd have to ask them to move.
Or you could just milk it for some more.
This is utterly ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Hey, you have a bunch of people who love punning.
Pun intended.
And look, just ring the bell, and I'm sure it'll all work well.
Your ass is gross.
Okay,
I'm a
so
herbivorous
I don't
creature.
know. The rate we're going now, I'm expecting secret cow level 10.
Moo. I said moo. Old school. So I remember playing original Diablo because I'm 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But when
I
they
still
brought
have
out Hellfire, yes, and I've got 3 original copies of Diablo and Hellfire. When they brought out Hellfire, it was their first cow level. Well, yeah, it was Hellfire.
I have the D&D Diablo game.
That's creepy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, I will never forget the conversation. It was Moo. I said Moo. Look, I'm just a cow, okay? And you're playing this like really like little me's like playing this really serious game. I'm like really scared of scary hell creatures. I'm like, this game is so edgy. Hashtag YOLO 420 something. It was before all that. But then it was like, wow, this really dark. And then all of a sudden there's a dude in a cow seat. And you're like, it's ruined. I'm not playing anymore. I'm gonna go play Postman Pat or something. I don't know. Weird.
Okay, so you when you finally reach the Broken Lands, which is supposed to be one of the most dangerous places in the area,
I'm in.
apparently there was an Ethingarian messing service going through at the same time, and they beat you by about an hour or so. And there were orc and goblin bodies all along the path.
They are an amazing service. They're expensive, but they're amazing.
And you just could not catch up with them. They were going too fast.
Well, it's a whole bunch of Ethingarians travelling together. Of course they are. I've got you guys slowing me down, you scumbags.
And so you missed the fun the entire time.
Plumman's grumpiness intensifies.
So by the time you reach Galantry and catch up to the messenger service, they just point and laugh. With the whole slowpoke sort of symbols with their hands.
Anyway.
And one of the other clans mate says, I think your horse needs a tune-up.
Right!
It's on.
It is on! Plumman throws a spear at his feet.
He picks it up and comes over to you and gives you a big hug.
Just a duel or a hugging contest. I can't work this out.
It's the most painful and manly hug you've ever seen in your entire life.
So roll for ribs crushed.
Give me a strength check.
$16.
Okay, you do hear a few creaks and cracks. And he just pats you on the shoulder afterwards and says, well, someone has to babysit the newbies. Next time I'm sure you'll do better.
I'm held back by other people. It's not my horse.
You know, that's why he teased you.
So I just actually wrote down one of the magic items that I want, one of which is horseshoes of speed.
Mm-hmm. So you can just be even faster than everyone else.
Fucking bye!
Right. So you might almost be able to keep up with Dimitri's horse.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. That's very big thing to say.
His horse, that's only there whenever he needs it.
Mm-hmm.
And can fly. Or at
I
least
can
it
require
appears to.
feeding.
And it's not a horse.
Yes, it is.
Alright? If it can fly, it's not a horse. Can I touch it?
Yes. You rode one. Well, no, you didn't.
No. No, I didn't, no.
The rest of them did.
Yeah.
So is a Pegasus a horse?
No. It's Pegasus. Unicorn. It's a horse. It's not a horse. It's a unicorn. Are you kidding me? If it's not an Ethingarian horse, it's still not a horse.
I know, the heavy war horses come from Theatis.
Not a horse.
Okay, so yes, you having Playman keep saying not a horse to just about everyone else's horse.
Not horse.
Not horse. Walrus on legs. Not horse.
And your squire has gained a level.
Oh, I'm not holding a character sheet for him.
I didn't even know he gained it.
I already have too many.
What level is he?
He's now level 1.
-1.
No, he's gained level 1.
In what class?
Expert.
Yes, I love NPC classes.
His entire role is to look after horses.
One campaign, I rolled an NPC class in 3.5, and somehow he ended up being a bit of a badass.
No, NPC classes can be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have no problems traversing all the way up to Galantry City, because well, most people don't really want to ask questions of the messaging service.
Yep.
They just go, well, they're delivering a message. We don't really want to talk to these guys because they ride horses.
Dicks.
Well, they go for more magical things, and they find horses a little mundane.
Yeah.
When you can have a flying ship.
Boring. I'm not jealous at all. That doesn't sound like it's awesome at all.
Or a flying horse like a Pegasus.
Yeah, it's not a horse. Cool, but not a horse.
It's a celestial horse.
It's not a horse.
I'm sure it will argue with you completely about that.
Plyman's instant answer, no matter what you say, unless it's an Ethingarian horse, it is not a horse.
Not horse.
Not horse.
It's just funny. Okay, so yes, and you have no trouble making it to Galantry City, where your messaging service wishes you well after they beat you there again.
I hate you all.
But they make sure they wait at the end of every day for you to arrive.
There is definitely a day where I race them. Definitely.
And lost.
Yeah. Party gets attacked, but by God, I raced them.
But it's also the clearest road you've ever had for anyone who visited the Galantry before. Everyone else gets out of the way of the precision of messengers. Most of the messengers have 2 to 3 horses each.
As they should.
Because they keep rotating.
Like all good Ethengarians do.
Yep.
Get off my horse.
Well, technically you could have had your own horse by now if you had wanted to.
And I don't have a horse, according to you. Mine's a fey horse.
Who else is on my horse? I know Nasty was.
Wasn't it me? No,
Well,
no.
Nasty's not coming this time, it's the
Yeah.
bartender.
Yeah, we don't have the bartender, I guess, right now.
Bartender actually came with you from Darrakan.
Oh, welcome. Do you want to ride a horse?
I would not ride the horse.
It's a shittier accent than mine.
I know. It's meant to be.
Anyway.
So can Ethengarian halfling do it?
In disguise.
I am human, you idiot.
So is the Ethengarian.
Yes. He said halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well we've had halflings pretend to be human, so obviously you're a human pretend to be a halfling.
This is not bad idea.
So do you
You're
go?
using the Galantry
Do you stick hair to your feet and walk around barefoot?
on your knees.
I'm just tall for a halfling.
I am very tall for halfling.
Oh no. So you would join me in saying that all of these other horses are not horses.
Correct.
It's not horse.
Okay, so you finally make it to Galantry City. You manage to get in and find a stable for your horses while you're here. And you hear about where, considering Dimitri's been here before, where the best magic shop is located.
I'm in.
Oh no. No. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and see what happens.
Okay. So, as
We're
you...
looking for a magic shop, were we?
Some people wanted to buy some items.
Yep.
Oh right.
And so every character has about 3,000 to spend if they wish to.
Yeah.
So as you manage to do the canals and get to the magic shop, you find it. It has this big beholder sign above the door saying
I have to pretend.
Thieves
I'm
will be
not seeing
disintegrated.
this.
and it will be I'll be seeing you is underneath it. And there is a number underneath saying 5 thieves have been disintegrated this week.
Palmer doesn't read any of that. Palmer can barely read. Oh, this place looks like a weak target.
And the shop front looks like it is small.
Cool.
So you can see one big door.
Right, does anybody else want stuff?
I'm
Guys?
curious to know what's in the shop.
I'll have a look.
Head on in. Have a look.
Okay, you step through and you find that some of your stuff is left behind.
Oh no. Yes, that's right.
I was going to say, Dimitri's going to be waiting in the cafe across the street.
What do you mean by left behind?
As in, artifacts didn't go through the portal.
Yep.
Uh,
I'm gonna be.
What, do they just chill out at the door?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Nope.
Can I leave him with Dimitri?
Hang on a second. I just let go of the wine.
You did.
Is
I
it, is it
bet you
cheaper
it's
just
going to
to
show
buy
up in
magic
my hand
items
if I
off
don't
Dimitri?
pick it up.
What was that, Martin?
Is it cheaper just to buy magic items off Dimitri?
Possibly. And,
What
Well,
have
I
you got-
don't-
what have you got for sale?
I was going to say, it may not be cheaper to buy it off me, but I'll probably go better range.
so as you step into the shop, you see the place is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Fucking TARDIS.
And floating above the stacks of different items is a beholder, staring down at the various things going around.
Not okay with that.
And right next to you, a little gremlin lands and says, "Can I help you, sir? Can I help you? Can I help you, sir? Sir, can I help you?" Very excited. "I'm here to help. I'm your service for the day." And you understand every word, even though you might not have known his language.
Noting the fact that there's some artifacts left lying on the street, Dimitri will grab his cup of calf and stand outside the front door. You can't pick him up, so...
Yes, I need things, I guess.
What things do you need, sir? I can get you anything. I can get many things.
What you can do is talk slower and less.
Yes, sir, I can talk really slow. I can talk... And it just gets faster and faster and faster. Your brain's hearing absolutely every word, and it's really frustrating that you're thinking, normally I can't understand people talking so fast, but it's all burning into my brain.
Plowman looks at the beholder.
Beholder comes over the top of you and starts drooling on you.
It's not good moisturizer. At all.
It's sort of a bit, stings a bit.
Spicy.
Bit acidic.
Plum takes one step across to not get drooled on.
It just, you sort of see the shadows just sort of slightly move and start following you.
Are you serious? Stop! Ugh. I need fighty items. You know, look, big guy, smashy. Make fast, good horseshoe. Need to see in night. What any of the? What do you have?
You want smashy? I have many smashy. I can
No.
get you smashy.
Well, I need to see in dark.
You need to see in dark. I have helmet with glowing eyes. You can see the glowing eyes in the dark.
No.
But you can see the eyes in the dark.
Nope.
Put it on someone else, you can see them in the dark.
Nope.
Put it on your horse, it would be an interesting thing. Horses with glowing eyes?
No.
Well, you smell a horse, of course you've got a horse.
Of course I have horse.
All the best people have horses.
Yes, real horse, not pretend horse.
Mechanical horse?
No.
Fiendish horse? Celestial horse?
A Thingarian horse, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, so horse.
Yes. God damn.
So
He's
I have goggles of seeing things.
What does that do?
They see things. You put them on, you see.
At night?
Sure, you can see night.
Those are called glasses, my friend.
No, goggles. Goggles. They're called goggles. It says on the label.
Yes. That's all they do, you can see through them.
Well,
I thought
goggles
this
you
was-
can't see through will be useless.
I thought this
They're
was
just-
magic
they're-
shop, not fashion accessory shop. I can
Entry,
go next
everything-
door to Billabong.
Galantry, everything fashion.
I
I have
hate
the
this.
best fashion here. I can even get you different colours for the glasses. The
Don't
lenses
care.
can be different colours.
I literally
You
don't.
can have a red and a green one.
I look around for somebody other than the goblin or the goddamn drooly beholder as I'm taking steps around to not get drooled on.
I think at this point I'm just gonna leave Wave outside with Dimitri and walk in.
I let Weldon drop to the ground in the doorway. I don't care. That stupid hammer will follow me.
As I am an Ladrin, have I heard of this place or?
Well, Galantry has the strangest places.
Yeah, that's true. I probably wouldn't have heard of this place.
And you always hear outlandish stories of different things happening in the places like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you try, he says, "Do you want me to get someone else? I can get you someone else. I can get you many different people. Who would you like?"
Somebody who doesn't talk as fast or as annoying as you. And who speaks Dacian, I guess.
Oh, you speak my language because you're here.
I just want to be able to see in dark.
He touches you in the nose and your nose lights up.
And then the lights go out, and you can still see.
Hey, we can save on torches now.
And it's a red light too.
There's a reason Dimitri didn't go in the store.
This good thing is not Christmas. I'm beginning to think maybe you don't have what I need.
Well, we have many things that you might need.
What I want.
What you want? Well, don't you want a you said you wanted glasses of seeing.
No,
You don't want glasses of seeing.
I don't know what glass of seeing is. I want to
You
see
see
at night.
things with it.
I want to see things at night when it's dark, when normal people can't see.
Well, glasses of seeing. They were perfectly fine. You see things. You
Could be worse if you can report.
Can you see things now?
Oh, I can see many things.
Do you need corrective things?
Most of them red.
Oh, your nose is red. That helps. See, it fits now. Perfect colour.
Hang on. No. Plumman breathes very, very deeply. I will give you one last chance to give me what I want, if you have it.
I have many things.
Goodbye. Plumman turns around and walks out.
Okay.
Well, he tries to walk out.
You reach the door, and the door, you can't get the handle.
Fuck this place. Fuck magic. Fuck anything that is not Ethinger. Fuck this day. Fuck sunlight. Why can I not get out?
Well, you haven't been served yet.
Who serves me?
I serve.
Okay. You know what you can get me?
What?
Absolutely nothing. I'm very satisfied.
I have some of that.
Good.
I'll be back in a moment.
I'm trying to open the door again.
He comes back with a necklace. Here's a necklace of nothing.
How much?
50,000.
Nope. I will give you 3 copper piece.
What's a copper?
Exactly. It's worth nothing. Just like that amulet. Worth nothing.
This amulet is an amulet of nothing. You make something nothing.
I don't care.
You don't want nothing?
No.
But you said you wanted nothing.
I
You
literally
wanted absolutely
do
nothing.
not want anything from this place anymore. You know what I want? I want to leave.
Oh, you want to leave?
Yes.
Why didn't you just say so? You said you wanted nothing.
I want to leave.
You want to leave?
Yes.
Okay. He looks up.
Open the door.
Splash.
Hmm?
You get splashed from above. And then you find yourself lifted up and pushed out.
I hate this place.
Welcome to Glancy City.
Glentry is shithole.
And as you land, you're right next to Dimitri, and your hammer's just sitting there at your feet.
I stand up and walk away. Be useful.
Okay, so what would Raya like?
Um,
The little gremlin turns to you and says, "What would you like?
To not go in there.
I can get you anything you like. What would you like?" And he keeps interrupting you every time you try to talk to him.
okay. I would like a ring identified.
You'd like a ring identified?
Yep.
Sure.
It's a ring.
Apparently it's on this hand, apparently it's on that finger.
You look at your hand. He licks it a little bit. Says, "Yep, there's a ring there."
Yes, so I've been told, but I'm trying to find out what it is and what it does.
Oh. He licks it again. And it sort of sits there thinking. He's there for a
What
while.
it does, it ticks on your finger.
How much for you to cast an identify spell on this ring
I did.
with your tongue?
Yeah.
Where's your manager?
He points. Pshlash.
That is disgusting.
Splash on the other side.
I'm going to step back for a bit and then talk to the manager in Sylvan
Hmm?
and ask, is your attendant capable of casting identify magic spells?
You have this bombastic voice going, yes, he is.
And how much do you charge for such a spell?
Did he ask for payment?
No, he just licked my finger. I don't think that's normal service, sir.
That was his choice of payment.
But you're the manager. Is that appropriate for customers?
Yes. Would you like me to lick instead?
Nope.
No, thank you. I've just obviously misunderstood the trade value of the store.
Okay, and then he tells you it is a ring of, Gremlin tells you it's a ring of mind shielding,
Oh, mind shielding.
Nice. I was reading about that before.
which can turn itself invisible.
And what is the language that talks to me?
There is no language in there.
You mean the gremlin?
No, apparently the ring talked to me.
The ring can talk to you. No, the Gremlin told you that. Told you it's a ring of mind shielding.
Oh, okay.
The thing that talked to you earlier wasn't the ring.
Oh, okay.
It can't have been the ring because the ring wasn't there.
Thanks. Alright, cool. I don't think there's anything else I really needed. Oh, I will ask, do you happen to have any form of actually no, I wouldn't have overheard your arguments. I wouldn't know about the goggles. Right, I guess I will thank the manager and the attendant and
Tender goes, do you want buy stuff? I get bonus for selling stuff. I can sell many things. I have many things on sale.
well, I'm sure you do. Depends what you have though.
Well, I have things that help you see better.
Such as?
Goggles. Goggles are seeing.
And in what ways they help you see?
You put them on and you see clearer.
In what circumstances?
Through your eyes.
Okay. And can you see in daylight or in darkness?
Yes, I can.
Both?
Yeah, I can see in both.
Okay. With these goggles or without these goggles?
Well, I can see with those goggles. I'm perfectly fine in both.
Right. So are those goggles just for magnification or they actually do other things?
No idea. I just sell them.
Can I see those for a second?
Yeah, I can get them for you.
Sure.
You can hear him bouncing off into the stacks.
I would then ask the manager, what type of goggles are they? In silver.
Read the label.
Well, according to your apprentice, they're magnifying lenses.
Just read the label.
Okay. I will wait for this apprentice.
And then he bounces back towards you.
Yep.
And he hands you a set of strange-looking glasses.
Okay.
They have all these mechanical gizmos all over them.
Alright.
Gross.
I'll put them on.
And it's got about 3 or 4 different lenses. It sort of looks like it has a section to put some water in because it looks like it might be a little steam powered as well.
Okay.
It's got a little steam reservoir.
Put them on and see if I can get them to work.
Yep.
Parman would rather not see at night than wear those.
What does it do?
Oh, you put it on. Yep, you can see through them.
Okay. Anything else?
You can see through them. The whole place here is already lit up, so it doesn't really tell you much.
Can I ask the?
Go ahead.
If you look at me, do I look like a gnome?
Okay. I guess I'll look at.
I'm Alwyn Farnarkle.
Yep.
Of the Darrington City Farnarkles.
So you look at Farnarkle, and Farnarkle looks like Farnarkle.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Did you read the label?
No, he didn't.
No, but I was about to.
Then you can't see the label because you've got the goggles on.
No, but I'll take them off and then read the label.
Okay, there are instructions on keeping the reservoir full. And at the bottom it says useful for seeing in all kinds of conditions.
That's still not specific. Okay.
Hey, they might be, rather than being goggles of night, they might be even better. They might be goggles of true seeing.
But I don't want to know my true self.
Well, look at this way. You looked at Farknuckle, and he looked like a gnome.
Oh, and he's pretending to be a.
And he's a halfling pretending to be a gnome.
But he's disguised as a gnome, not magically disguised. He's just
Right.
physically disguised.
Yeah.
So if it was true seeing, it would reveal what he was.
Yes, that's not true.
Probably reveal a little too much than what you'd want to see.
I will then ask the attendant, if you turned off the lights in the shop, would I still be able to see with these?
You know, there are lights. How do I turn the lights off?
Ask your boss.
No, thank you.
Okay, I guess I will ask the boss.
Mm-hmm.
May I request that the lights be turned off for 10 seconds so I can test these goggles out?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
And then it wanders off.
I'm waiting patiently.
Oh, the gremlins look at you. Did you request? Or
I
did you
tried
start?
to.
Did you ask a question or did you make a request? I can't tell.
I believe it was a request. Was it not appropriate?
It sounded more like a question to me than a request. You asked if you could. And it said yes, you could.
Okay, I'll go and find his boss again.
Okay, just gotta go to the bathroom.
You know, darkness costs, you know.
I feel like there's a bad pun coming. Go on.
Well, no, I'm saying the fact that, like, if he's going to ask for darkness...
I'm not, I'm
Sure.
asking for the lights to be turned off.
Like I say, you're asking for darkness.
No, because if I ask specifically for darkness, he's going to cast a darkness spell.
Well, then you see if you can see through it.
I think
Either
darkness
way,
cancels
either
those
way you're going
goggles.
to pay. Pay for darkness.
Pretty sure you can't see through the darkness with those goggles anyway. Because that's magical darkness and darkness.
Thinking, like, it occurred to me, true seeing, does that actually see through physical disguises? Or is it purely for seeing through magical effects?
I can't remember exactly. I think it
I
sees...
can cast Disguise Self if you want to test it.
No, but I think, like, it's the sort of thing, like, if it disguise self, it would certainly see through that. But I'm just not certain it actually sees through a physical disguise, because you're not actually trying to hide, like, in the sense that the...
There's no magical concealment.
That's right. It's,
Plumman hates this place so goddamn much.
hey,
We've only been here 5 minutes.
when you came out, Dimitri said, welcome to Glatry.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Didn't take very long.
Okay, so are you going to pick up the glasses?
What, sorry?
Are you picking up the glasses?
Well, I'd like to test them in when the lights are out. So I'm going to go request that the manager turn off the lights for 30 seconds so I may test these glasses.
He wants to rent some darkness.
No, stop rewriting my words. You're going to get me in trouble.
Okay, so you go off and put in a request for darkness?
No, it's specifically what I said. God damn it,
I'm
Jeremy.
pretty sure I have the darkness spell. Shall I cast it?
No!
No, but you can believe in a thing called love.
Right.
I can cast invisibility on myself.
I believe if we cast anything, we get in a lot of trouble, right?
Well,
I need to cast it using divine magic. Arcane magic, you expect it to cast that half a dozen times a day.
and the
Right.
manager is a beholder, so you know.
Well, let's try it. I'll cast invisibility on myself
Mm-hmm.
and do some interesting hand signals to Rhea. and see how Rhea reacts.
Do I see them?
No, but you were chasing after the manager at the time.
I was, yes.
All right, I'll wait.
So, after not finding the manager because he seemed to have floated off somewhere, you come back and you've lost your gnomish friend because he's gone and run off somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's Alwyn here. If you'd like to put on your goggles to see if you can see me. It is a test.
Who said that?
Alwyn Siverson,
You
aka Farnarkle,
You said it.
friend from Glantry of the Darrican City Farnarkles.
Right, okay. I will attempt to look towards the voice.
You just see racks of strange things with labels.
Okay, alright.
Have you filled the reservoir and followed all instructions?
With what water? I wasn't supplied any.
I'll give you some water.
Okay. I will attempt to follow all instructions and top up the reservoir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Following the instructions, there's a whirling, a quiet little whirling noise.
Yep.
You can hear it, feel it through your skull.
Oh, lovely. Okay, yep.
Doesn't make any noise to anyone else, but you hear it clearly.
Wonderful.
And then all the lenses just ding, 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 ding.
Okay. They'll snap into place, and then what do I see?
Are you lucky?
And you can still see things.
Can you see myself, Alwyn Farnarkle?
I will look at the voice.
You look at the voice. Apparently, you're still having trouble finding him. He's a little ethereal for you.
Right. But is everything's magnified?
Nothing seems to be magnified at all.
Are there any more instructions on the goggles?
I will read the back of the instructions.
The back of the instruction says best used at night.
Ah, okay. Bugger. Alright, fine. I will take off the goggles.
Yep.
And turn them
And then you notice everything's dark.
What? Wait, what?
You turn the lights off.
The lights got turned off while you had the goggles on.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm sitting here in the corner in the dark wondering what the fuck you guys are doing.
I'll put the goggles back on?
Everything's fine.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Where's your manager?
Well, the gremlins aren't around at the moment either.
Crap. Okay. I will ask politely but sternly, can someone please turn the lights back on? The test is complete.
You don't notice any difference.
God damn it. Okay.
Is that with the goggles on or off?
That's with the goggles on.
I will then summon the gremlin guy?
Well, one of the other people in the party might suggest whether or not the lights came back on.
Oh yeah, the lights did come back on.
Okay.
Just not for me.
Well, you just didn't notice any
Done
difference.
playing around.
So you take the glasses off and look at the lights on again.
Excellent. Where is Sir Goblin? What's his name? Not Goblin, Gremlin.
Over here, sir. Over here. Over here.
How much the goggles?
Oh, the goggles. Those goggles. Well, including the demonstration.
Um,
For you, sir, I can. It's a steal at 600 gold.
And throw the darkness in for free.
Well, yeah, we'll throw the darkness in for free.
make it 500. You've got a deal.
Okay, 500 it is then. Good dealing business for you, sir.
All right, pay him 500.
Do you even need them?
Nope.
And he gives you a nice little wooden box to put them in.
Okay, I'll put them in the wooden box.
So you can carry the darkness with you everywhere.
Can I ask if I left the thing or?
You said, what would you like? He doesn't really know what to make of you.
Now that I've purchased them, am I allowed to try and
I was
exit?
wondering if you had any weapons that didn't
Yes,
use
He does
metal.
let you out. You want weapon without metal?
Yes.
I have stick of pointing.
So a staff.
No, a stick. You point
Right.
and
Okay.
point and squeeze.
Right. This is where I'm not much of a magic user. Can anyone use those?
Wait,
I'm seeing
you're in a
one.
magic shop and you're not a magic user? He sort of pokes your leg and says, "Are you sure you're a real person?"
Best thing to say.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. What's the sticker pointy about? Tell me more.
You point and squeeze, and other person goes ouchie.
Right. How do they go ouchie? Is it like a fire thing or?
I don't know. I don't really care. I just like hearing them go ouch. I never pay
Could you
attention to
maybe
them.
ask your manager for me?
I could, but he doesn't like talking to me.
All right, Mr. Manager.
You hear a booming voice from above. You rang.
I was just wondering what type of pointy pain this stick does.
It shoots.
Eats and leaves.
It shoots what? Love, hugs, cuddles? What are we talking?
Magic.
Hot magic? Cold magic?
Indifferent magic.
Ouchie magic.
How much for stick of ouchie?
Stick of ouchie goes for 600 gold.
Martin, does my new guy have the same amount of money?
Yeah, he will have 3,000.
Would you take 450?
I would take 450 as a deposit.
What is the lowest for an outright purchase?
Oh, for an outright purchase. Well, once you pay the deposit, only 150.
Would you take 500 in total?
I don't know. You haven't demonstrated your proficiency with it yet.
He's got a point. Can you even use it?
What can I test it on?
You have a friend you don't like?
One or two.
Lava. I can
Barman's
hear
gone
you now.
outside.
What if I test it on you?
Barman's outside.
Hey, if you call yourself Karen, you can shoot the manager.
In my homeland, I have noticed. Look, I will pay you 500 so that I don't test it on your employee.
He just looks at you and says, I don't care if you test it on my employees.
I tested on the employee.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay, so... apparently, you can squeeze it and let it all go at once if you wish to. Would you like to do that?
I just want to do a little bit.
You just want to do a little bit?
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
And only for a moment, mind.
Okay, so you fire a magic missile,
Awesome.
and the magic missile flies towards something and then just stops.
Alright, but that shows that it works.
It does. And you manage to squeeze one out quickly.
Alright, may I please buy this and will you take 500?
If you throw in another 50 gold, he'll sell it to you.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. So it's 500 plus 50 gold tax.
Yeah, so 550.
Yeah, but to make you feel better, he's selling it for 500 plus 50 tax.
Yeah, that does make me feel better.
Well, you wanted to buy it for 500, so he's giving you 500.
At this point, outside, I would have handed you a box.
What? You got goggles.
Yes.
What do they do?
They're goggles of night seeing.
So they do. Oh Jesus! I open them up. Oh no!
They're what you wanted.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Yeah. You didn't put a nice bow around the box.
Hyman hands over however much it was.
No.
10,000
Just take
gold!
them.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder if they have any more.
I didn't ask. It was difficult enough trying to convince the employer what the hell they were.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's get the hell out of here. Bye all.
Okay. So did our bartender want anything else?
No, that is fine, thank you.
So that is fine. Okay, so he says, "Have a nice day.
Was
Coming
the gnome in the
in
market?
is the
Was the gnome in the market?
gnome was in the market. Is the gnome after anything?
Sorry.
So the gremlin comes
phone
over to
rang.
the gnome and says, "Anything you want, Mr. Gnome?"
Isn't he
I'd like some rituals.
You'd like a ritual? Well, I can teach you one where you clap your hands, flap your elbows, turn around a couple of times, and sing.
Alright, so you don't have any bardic ritual spells? That's okay. I'll step outside.
Oh, you want a bardic ritual spell? You just said you wanted a ritual. I have rituals.
Well, so what he described sounded like a bardic ritual to me.
Alright.
I think
Okay.
it's called Tasha's Hideous Chicken Dance.
I'm sorry, I've got a phone call I have to take. But
Okay.
Okie dokie. So you step out for a while.
yeah, sorry.
Oh, good.
I thought I was in game for a second. I was like, no, I'm avoiding this. Phone call.
I've just been summoned somewhere. I'll be back in a moment.
Sorry, I'm going through a tunnel. Worst message spell ever.
My dimensional door is cracking up.
The Friday group did meet the other salesman.
Oh no.
I have to say that I'm not sure which one they prefer, the gremlin or the one they met on the Friday one.
Alright, we get out of here?
Okay, so you've had instructions on where to go and ask for further information about the said missing caravan if you wish to.
Probably not a bad idea.
Sounds boring. What I guess?
She's what we came to Galaxy for.
And it's what you got
As well
paid
as
for.
doing some research.
So, Jeremy, one thing your research did pick up is that 3 gemstones in the shape of seeds were in Galantry at one stage.
Mm-hmm.
In the province of Moldavia.
Moldavia.
Mm-hmm.
And how long ago were they there? Or how long ago was the information?
So the Wizards of Wine's winery reported them stolen recently, as in about a year or so ago. So there are people looking into trying to recover missing gemstones for them.
Missing gems of rebirth. They've been getting around, but they keep getting pinched.
Apparently no one can keep them. Okay, so you are currently in Galantry City. You are able to catch up with one of the ministers who is who had hired Redarian to look into it for them, because apparently most of their own magic users don't want to deal with goblins.
Can't imagine why.
Understandable.
So much better to hire outsiders to do their dirty work.
Yeah, and his contact name is?
The contact's name is... Sorry, just getting the name for you.
Yeah.
Because that would have been useful if they actually had given me the actual name. Okay, so... Just to be interesting, it is... his name is Boris.
I was going to say, I'm sure we can correct it later on. That's not an issue.
His name is Boris. He actually is a Chaldaran by descent.
Uh-huh.
Not a horse. Not a real horse.
And he is working in the out of the Ministry of Galantry. As a low-ranking magic user, he doesn't really have much in the way of power at this stage.
No.
So, Mr. Dimitri, it is. How?
Greeting, boss.
I've got this letter saying you coming here to do some investigations for us. The last group we sent off, they didn't report back, and we really need to get this sorted out. And that was about a week after it went missing, and now it's about 2 weeks since it went missing. So the sooner you can sort this out, the better for us. What I can tell you about the caravan is There's about 600 to 1,200 mounts in the caravan, so it should be fairly large, and about 350 to 600 drivers and staff.
Sounds like something that would normally be difficult to lose.
Yeah, you'd think so. Apparently, we did manage to lose it. Not sure how that happened. You know, maybe they took a left turn when they should have taken a right turn. And they are carrying ship-sized loads of cargo. This year is silks.
Dimitri's tempted to ask, have you checked your pants in the pockets of your other set of pants?
Well, normally that we send out a huge amount of stuff, but the one that was that went missing was the worst part, because it was 10 wagon loads with 20 horses, and that's the one that actually had one of our ministers on it, Irelia Kays.
Aurelia Arcades, Minister of...
She's just one of the from the House of Ministers.
Okay.
And they were heading to the plateau of Zerd in High Gobliny.
Does Dimitri or anyone in the party ever recognise that location?
Not that well, because most of you guys don't go into the Broken Lands very often.
Broken Lands territory, yeah, I thought it might have been, yeah.
So I can actually do.
So it shouldn't have been that long a trip, really.
Shouldn't have been that long a trip. It should have only taken him a few weeks, at the most. So where are we? Okay, so if I switch over cameras, there we go. So it is roughly in that area there.
Cool. And obviously Glantry's only just off the top of the map there.
Glantry's off the top of the
that
map. Darrakan's off the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
Ethingar's up to the side. So it is in the plateau of Zerd, and somewhere in there they were supposed to be delivering it. And the rest of the caravans were taking off stuff to various other humanoid tribes, so that they would not attack their country this year. So they've been bribing them on a yearly basis. Yeah, go attack the Ethingarians instead.
Sorry, team.
All good.
All
You
good.
back again?
Yeah. It's urgent soccer business.
Understandable.
Well,
I had to draw some lines on a map to imply that we are corralling people to preserve social distancing.
Absolutely.
And I'm kind of saying to the president of the club, let's not do that, because I can't promise that I will do it.
so does this mean that they're not allowed to tackle anyone because they're not allowed to get close enough?
The kids under 10 can now play games.
Is that still as long as they don't touch each other and only one of them touches the ball?
No, they're all good now.
I'm just teasing you with the social distancing rules that we've
Well,
had.
but
in the
it
past.
was one of the things that...
They couldn't have contact drills 2 weeks ago, so they could have incidental contact only.
That's right. Like, it was one of the things that as part of the reintroduction was that some of the sports got back a bit sooner than others because they were not officially non-contact sports. So,
But tennis is completely banned, not because of COVID, just because it's boring as shit.
Because they're idiots. Alright, sorry to interrupt.
oh, that's good.
I assume I was unsuccessful in securing any bard rituals.
At this stage, you were, yes. We'll worry about it later.
What, you weren't interested in Tassier's hideous chicken dance?
No.
The chicken dance of joy? Or the chicken dance of shame?
No, that's fine. I am a bard. I can do my own songs.
You can do your own chicken dance?
That's right. No performance of Alan Farnarkle's chicken dance. Yeah.
Okay, so also missing with the caravan is the Goblin Prince, who was the hostage for the year. And he goes by the name of Kano Arrows Whisper.
Mincemeat.
And this year's hostage has also gone missing. Udan Axe Thrower.
Mincemeat the second.
So what we're saying is the fact that Galantry is under threat of being attacked by the humanoids of the Broken Land because they've broken treaty by losing the hostages that were part of the treaty to ensure that the treaty continued, and they've also lost one of their own important ministry officials, but that won't mean enough for the humanoids to stop them trying to attack. Is that correct?
That's pretty much yes, because the humanoids aren't as forgiving as some.
That's right.
This treaty being, don't attack us, just attack Ethingar, right?
And Darkin.
And from Rendring's perspective, as I say, it's not so much the problem of who the Broken Lands people are going to attack, it's maintaining the status quo.
Yep, and the Daraconians basically enforce the not attacking us by having far better defences along their edges. And the Ethingarians say, sure, come attack us, we'll just kill you.
That's pretty much exactly what I was thinking. Like, oh no, Ethingar shouldn't be attacked. But then it was like,
I think I have something to do in the screen time.
It is one of their major jobs is to hunt down the stragglers from the Broken Lands. Because they don't want them to burn down the grasslands. That's just a crazy talk.
It's just good fun.
Okay, so there are 3 people you need to bring back alive.
Yep.
And
well, technically, do they need both of the Broken Lands hostages returned, or can we leave the last year's one if he wants to stay in the Broken Lands?
Well, if you can return him to Galantry so they can officially hand him over.
Officially give him back, okay.
Yeah. Because if he wanders back without being officially handed over, they can always say he didn't arrive. But if they've officially handed him over, then there's nothing they can say either way.
Yep, no, happy with that.
Doesn't say anything about he has to be in one piece.
Well, they want him alive.
As I said, one piece.
They want the alive part. They don't care about the rest.
Fantastic. That's what Plum wants to hear.
He can be in 4 pieces as long as he's still alive.
I was thinking we start calling him Bob.
And they will pay you a percentage of the wagons in goods, money, or items from their treasury.
That sounds fair, but so just looking in the Broken Lands, is it known for its easy accessible caravan trails for it to be heading into High Gobliny?
There is only one main trail, 2 main trails actually. One goes out to Ethingar and one goes straight through into Galantry from Darkin. So both routes go through Darkin. And strangely enough, it's the quickest way into Darkin. If you try going around it, it's the travel going around the Broken Lands is too rough for wagons.
But do either of those pathways actually go through High Gobliny?
Neither of them actually go through High
I think they did.
Well, actually, one of them does. The one to Ethingar.
Okay.
It's just hard to see the map properly.
Yeah. And does Boris or their previous investigations type stuff have any indication as to what may have happened to the cat, or did he have any assumptions as to what might have happened with the caravan?
From what he knows is it set out of Galantry City 11 days ago and camped at the riverside village of Trinatan on the 2nd day.
Mm-hmm.
So that is right on the borders there.
Yep.
The next morning, the caravan followed the Vegetable River south into the Broken Lands, and no one saw it after that. The trail disappeared in the high mountains that marked the plateau of Zid. This is not surprising since tracking anything through those Rocky Mountains approaches impossibility. Magical scrying has produced no results since the caravan carried protective wards for safety reasons. Queen Yaza, who is the mother of the two hostages, never patient, dispatched a war messenger to Galantry City within a day after the caravan's expected arrival. When the messenger arrived 2 days ago, the House of Ministers had already sent out cavalry parties to search for the new hostage they were expecting. And Yazar had sent the hostage out with a small party of warriors on the same day the caravan left Galantry City. So both of them are currently missing. She might not know the others are missing yet.
Oh, okay, so technically, Galantry's only actually lost 1 hostage so far.
Well, they've lost the second hostage because the second hostage was due by now.
But did the second hostage officially get handed over to Galantry?
No, he disappeared on route as well.
That's what I mean. So from Galantry's perspective, they can make the story of, well, hey, we never got your hostage, you've broken the treaty.
True, but the fact that the other one has sent it is the bad thing.
Yes, no, it's understandable, but yeah. And these hostages both come from the one family, and they're goblins?
They are goblins, yes.
Okay.
That makes them easier to carry.
We'll aim to get a description of the goblins and of the minister we're looking for as well.
Yep.
Ensure that when we find them, we've got half a chance of recognising them.
So they describe them as well as possible, considering to this guy, all goblins look the same.
Because, I mean, we wouldn't want to get the wrong caravan of 500 people and 20 wagons of silk.
Well, I mean, that just means we can go and find another one and take all the silk and then sell the silk. I mean, who said that?
Okay, so the one that you're going for has 10 wagons, 20 horses, 15 drivers and staff, and 1 passenger, as well as the prince.
I was going to say, yes.
So they left in a big pile of caravans, so to disguise what they were sending.
Okay, so when you say 1 passenger as opposed from the minister, or 1 passenger plus the minister and the hostage?
So the minister was the passenger, and then the hostage.
The hostage was with the minister and didn't actually count because that was baggage.
Yep.
Were they supposed to all travel together?
That group was travelling with the main wagon until they reached.
Until they went to effectively crossed the border, and then the main wagon was heading south, presumably, whereas they went off towards the east to go across to the plateau of Zerd.
Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
Because as far as tracking goes, wagons should be about the easiest thing to track in the world.
Yes. As I said, it was a bit careless of them to manage to lose 20 wagons.
Yep.
10 wagons, whatever.
Hey, 10 wagons is still a lot to lose.
Hell yeah.
Of course, in that terrain, if the wagons could move through the terrain, it's probably easier to lose stuff in that area. So,
well,
I guess we unless it's particularly approaching evening or something like that, or people really want to hang around Galantry and do some more shopping.
Mutton on horseback, how long would it take to get to the borders of the Broken Lands?
Okay, so
Roughly.
We've just gone through there.
Yeah.
Back on the same road, we just came up.
Not terribly long because it is helpful that I can actually blow the map up. I haven't fixed that for all of them yet. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I'll say 11 hexes away, and each hex is 8 miles.
You're going on the road, so a couple of days.
Star Wars back.
Hanging up.
Okay. Well, we will resupply and piss off, I guess.
The Gremlin's got some stuff for supplies if you want to buy it.
Pass. I think I'll just starve. I will eat one of my horses if I have to.
Or the stable hand.
Much better. Him and his stupid donkey.
Hey, what race was the stable hand?
He is halfling.
Huh.
But that's okay because he is a slave.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
yeah. He's the slave of a horse.
As I said, there was potentially nothing wrong with being a halfling or a dwarf in the city, as long as you're with someone who is your master.
Yeah.
But the horse is his master.
Yeah, and the horse is intelligent and will defend him.
But the Glanchians who were walking past probably didn't recognise that the horse was the master.
Sorry, Jeremy?
I was saying, considering he was going in a group with lots of people, they wouldn't necessarily have said, oh, it's the horse is the master. They would have just said, okay, well, someone there's master.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Alright. Let us depart. Fresh bruises on Basil Evershade.
And you still got a halfling stable boy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who has
Okay.
leveled up, I might add.
So
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
there is more reading I can give you here.
In Glanch, he's got a halfling slave.
Right.
So here's how they describe Galantry. Galantry, where the miraculous is customary and even required for office holders. Magical energies surge through the city like water that fills its canals, sometimes literally. As you ride gondolas to the House of Ministers in the early afternoon, you feel a sudden wind, unusually fresh, and laced with odours of cinnamon and freshly cut grass. After the wind passes, an elderly woman leads out from an upper-story window alongside the canal. "Sorry," she cries to everyone to hear, "missed a bit of me perfume cantrip. Won't happen again." Soon your gondola docks at the House of Ministers, a huge solid building. Nothing short of an earthquake could move it. And in that way it resembles the bureaucrats who work inside it. The walls are stone slabs, as blue as the ink on a duplicate purchase voucher. You don't see any doors. Instead, a man in a plain blue military outfit stands next to a gold rectangle painted on the wall at ground level. So all the buildings in Galantry are portals; they're not actual doors.
Huh.
So when you're trying to get into any of the bureaucratic stuff, you've got to step through portals.
Yeah.
Which means that most people with magical forms of protecting themselves or hiding their identity can't enter.
Yeah.
So things that you're actually once you've gotten that from that Boris, you're able to hear from a bunch of other adventurers who are also going to go off and do this investigation because you weren't the only ones hired. And you are all herded into one area where Lord Harold of Haskins, Archduke of Westheath, High Minister of the Water Elementals, and Ceremonial Deputy Minister of the Interior is standing staring at the wall, scratching his head. He's an elderly man with grey hair, and someone sort of pokes him and points to where the crowd is. And he goes, "Oh, that's where you are." So, and you sort of see his left arm is all withered and mangled. And he calls out in a high voice with the barest hint of a lisp. He says, "You need to deal with these points, fellow adventurers. The ferocious goblins of Queen Yar, the hostage prince arrangement that has secured peace with them every spring for over 60 years, and Prince Kano's arrow whisperer, the outgoing hostage prince, and you need to find and secure said treaty by bringing Prince back." And he says this year's caravan is headed by Prince Kano, and he roughly lays out the size of the caravan, the trip it's taking. and that the Deputy Treasury Minister Iridala Kays accompanies it to aid the Prince in an important work and guidance of the caravan. And
These people are there. Do we know any? Oh, sorry.
And then he says the expected arrival of Prince Erden Axe Thrower, who was sojourning here by the same route, has also disappeared. So you are to find him as well. And the disappearance of all parties ensures that diplomatic arguments will start occurring, and the army and militia are currently searching even now without success. Should any party locate the princes of the caravan, we are prepared to pay honorarium of 1/10 of the caravan's value to that party. This equals approximate sum of 15,000 gold coins. If you find them within 5 days, we offer an additional 2,500 gold coins. Which is basically how you guys got involved. It's a crap load of money they're offering for you to actually secure the caravan.
Yeah.
And you've also been offered an extra 15,000 by the bureaucrat who got you guys on board. So if you can actually find them and bring them back, it's you're looking at 30,000.
Very nice.
And so Prince Cano is described of sort of a hulking young goblin with lots of black hair and a boisterous attitude. He describes Irila Kays as a fine woman of respectable years, white hair, thin, no nonsense about her, shrewd in magic, a solid citizen really.
The other people that are there with us, the other parties, is there anyone of note?
Most of them are that they look to be a couple of Ethangarian tribesmen who basically cannot make money out of these guys. There is a group of Etrurian trackers, because if you want something found, you basically
You call them the best.
Yeah, you call in the best. And there are a couple of Haldanic knights who basically love the challenge of fighting things. Basically, they're constantly at war with the Ethangarians. What are you looking for?
Send a migraine. A brand new bottle.
I know I don't have it over here.
Okay, alright.
Sorry, just thrown out by that.
Sorry.
Fighting. Hell Knights fighting Ethangarians. Loves fighting them.
And and you're given a set of green silk ribbons. He says, tie one of these to your sleeve or whatever, and you'll be given free passage this month through all the tolls.
This month only, special for you.
Yeah.
And is there a way that we can contact them immediately if we find the caravan? Like a smoke arrow or something?
I don't think a smoke arrow will fire that far.
You'd just use magic, wouldn't you?
He just looks at you and says, wouldn't you just use ascending?
Yeah, fair.
You're powerful enough to use ascending, aren't you?
Probably.
Of course. Absolutely. Ethangarian accent intensifies.
That's when you turn around and go, who are we sending?
What do I send? The only thing I
Okay.
send is by Ethangarian courier, you know? I guarantee you send that, it gets there very quick.
And if
Send halfling by catapult.
If you need to ask any other questions, feel free to ask any of the ministries here before you leave. But we expect you to leave sometime during this day or morning.
Clip, clop.
And I expect that half the crowd has already run off.
A few of them are heading off to the various other areas they have here, because they've got archives, the bureaucracy. They have the alchemist on hand, the ambassadors, and a few of the other different things they have floating around here.
I did still have to select a spell, so I don't know if it's allowed that I can choose sending if we need sending. No one else has got it.
If you wish to.
I mean, obviously Dimitri's got it.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I don't need it then.
But Dimitri isn't telling you that.
Dimitri tells us what he wants
Yeah, he's
us
not.
to know.
He's not going to waste a spell slot casting sending when somebody else can do it.
Absolutely.
He's not the spellcaster.
Exactly.
I'm
He's the
expecting him
rogue.
to cast Fireball.
That'd be too flashy
Oh no,
for
I can
Dimitri.
cast Fireball, that's okay.
Okay, so you can stop by the archives, ask some more questions than bureaucracy, speak to the alchemists and healers, talk to the ambassadors, see the equerry, talk to the interpreters, or the provisioners, or the scribe, or the friends of Prince Kano, if you wish to, or any of their quarters.
Would an Ethengarian actually be welcome here?
Depends on where you come from. Did you come from the province? Bergdehoven, he says. It's one of the hated, the most hated province of Galantry for the Ethengarians.
Plummon's from the northern border, I think.
Because the Bergdehoven are the clan of Ethengarians who were wizards who moved to Galantry.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, no. No. Plummon's from Ethengar. Actually from Ethengar.
Oh, so you're a tracker. You lick the ground and follow the horses. He says. Isn't that what you horse people do? You follow the horses are the smart ones.
Plummon turns around and walks away.
Dimitri's interested in talking to the bureaucrats probably as a first point.
Yep.
To get an idea on whether, officially, get indications to whether there was difficulties or problems with the treaty this year compared to previous years, and whether or not there was anyone particularly stirring up trouble or concerns. But as part of that, he's also then going to be interested in some wider events in the idea of, hey, has there been any unusual things coming up? Random religions being formed?
Well, he says, speaking to him, that the only things that he has on note happened is a woman by the name of Benna Hurstan visited the section of the archives often in the last year and brought Prince Kano with her. And basically, he came in with this woman on a regular basis.
Benna Kirsta, huh?
Yeah, Benna Hurstan.
And is she a local Galantrian?
She is a local Galantrian. Oh, and the name of the person who she was the one who was actually working in the archives at the time, and she was the one who saw Iroquois take the Goblin Prince into the archives.
Oh, okay.
Iroquois has spent a lot of time with the Goblin Prince, apparently.
So effectively, Benna Hurstan is the one we're talking to about the fact that Iroquois have it. And so Iroquois
is the Galantrian Minister for Treasury.
Is
The
that
one who's gone missing.
Right?
right.
A blonde woman or something?
That's the elderly woman who's gone missing, who is the minister.
Can the bartender go to where all the horses were from the caravan?
You mean the equerry?
That one. I forgot the word.
Okay. So you head there.
I'd prefer to drag Plumman with me if that's alright.
Yeah, Plumman's happy to do that. He was just about to leave the city and wait for you outside, so that'll do.
I thought bring really because I just want to check if there's any like specific horse tracks or anything we can keep an eye out for. Like if there's like a certain horse with a limp or something.
That is more job for my brother. I'm not very good at tracking.
No, but that's what I thought I'd ask.
I can have a look.
Okay. So, as you walk in, you find a thin, good-natured teenager with a gap-toothed grin, and who seems to be going, "Are you a spellcaster? Can you cast magic?"
Yeah, yes, I can.
Oh, you can. Can I see magic?
Yes, I produce flame.
He goes, "Ooh, you're a powerful spellcaster.
Yes.
Powerful magic. What?
When I feel like it. I do you look after the horses?
I am horse mastery person. I look after horses. I have no title because I use no magic."
That's okay. Looking after horses is magic of its own sort.
I think so. I am good with horses. Horses don't hurt me, but hurt other people.
Yes. I have question. We are looking for caravans. You must have friends within horses, yes?
I do. All horses here, my friend.
Well, I want to bring your friends home safely. Is there anything that you could suggest for looking for horses? Perhaps they have a certain track or something that I can keep an eye out for.
Well, he points to the tracks on the ground, going, "All tracks look same to me. We all use same hoof person. They put the
Farrier.
yeah they
Term
put
is
the horseshoes on the same way."
So there won't be anything specific to look for.
Not that he knows of, because he's not good at tracking horses. He's good at looking after horses, not at tracking them.
So
No,
none of them had any injuries.
No,
Any older ones,
Oh.
heavier ones.
They normally send the younger ones out on the caravans because they don't want to risk the caravan because of the horse.
Alright, well we will try and bring your friends home soon.
He would be very helpful if you could. He sticks his hand out and says, "My name is Linus Lauren."
Linus Lauren,
Yes, that is my name.
you sound very well put together for a random NPC. Do you have any other interesting things about you?
Yes, I like the color blue, and my sister is annoying and younger, and probably going to be a magic user and outrank me very soon.
Right, she's not with the caravan, is she?
No,
That's
it's a shame.
So you are good with horses,
Yes,
right?
I'm good
Yes.
with horses.
Fantastic. How about I pay you to teach my little friend how to look after horse better?
I can do that.
Fantastic. Basil!
Yes, yes.
Learn from boy, he's better than you.
Okay. Yes, master. Oh, great master.
I can slap him if you like.
Plowman looks at Rajem.
Come, come. I will teach you all that I know. I love horses. Horses are great.
Lord, no, you don't eat when we come back.
Yes, master. Great master. Sigh. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Any more sass and I leave Rajem here with you.
I would not want that, master. That would be so horrible.
Why, is there something wrong with Rajem?
I wouldn't want you to be without your horse.
Yeah, well done.
He's learning.
You were just one and the same. It'd be like splitting you in half.
There's only one person going to get split in half, my friend.
He looks at the other person and goes, "I'm so sorry for you."
It's you.
He wanders off.
Can't imagine why.
So, Stefan.
I'd just like to give the guy 100 gold and
Which-
just say, please make sure you look after Basil.
So you went with them to the stables?
Sorry, I
100
forgot to mention that
gold?
before, yeah.
Okay, so yes.
100 gold?
Yes.
So
That's a lot of money.
It
That
is
better
lot
come
of
with a
money.
gold-plated blowjob, for love of God.
Dimitri's not there, but as players, you're leaving your halfling slave unattended in Galantry.
Yes, he is.
Unattended. I thought I'm paying this guy to look after him.
Someone who has no rank or title within Galantry City.
I'm not the one who told him to look after him. I'm just making sure he does.
I can suggest, like, exactly. So I'm saying, as players, again, your characters may have no constant understanding of it, but I'm just confirming that, yeah.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. If we lost Basil Plum, it wouldn't be that sad.
No.
He'd be...
I'm not saying the fact that, yes, it's not deliberate.
But you'll notice that Ria's being a lot more caring than usual and kind, which is different to his
weird.
cold winter self.
Stop it.
Because he's all orange in his autumn kind of season.
I don't see colour.
He's all friendly.
Kind of blind. So yeah, he'll still give this guy 100 gold to make sure he looks after
Jesus
Basil.
Christ. He can buy a title for that.
Not
Probably.
here.
He just wants to make sure that Basil's okay.
Unfortunately, you have to be able to cast spells to have a title here.
No, I'm not sad about that. Basil ain't going to cast shit.
He comes back, he's like level 10 spellcaster. Fuck did you get taught?
Well,
I guess it's murder o'clock.
when you pay someone a lot of money to help, they can help.
All he got taught was 10 different levels of summon horse.
Summon nature's ally. Summon nature's ally. It's all summon nature's ally.
I can cast spells, master, what are they? 20 different types
that
of
would
horse.
seem unlikely because that's a divine spell, a nature spell.
Well, then he'll cast it and then be murdered.
Could be summon him.
Yes.
It couldn't be any worse than the gremlin, could it?
Animate dead?
Is that before or after we kill him?
I know, I was talking about on the horse.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Okay, so you can investigate. You can investigate the archives and see what they were looking into. You can talk to any of the ambassadors because you have a few people who will get you in. You can go to the interpreters who probably used to talk for the goblin on a regular basis. You can see the provisioner who outlaid the wagon. Describe who looked after stuff. Or any of the quarters. Did you want to look at any of those?
Okay, well, Dimitri's certainly keen to continue following up on his lead with the fact that if they were going down to the archives, trying to find out what they were looking at down there. Because again, he's trying to find out, okay, yes, is there potentially a reason why these two fellows maybe some sort of plot to break the treaty or cause problems or whatever?
Yep. So you go in and check out the archives.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an intelligence check.
15, 19, and his background is research, which tends to make it easier to find out unknown information.
It does.
As long as he doesn't need to talk to people about it.
You find a set of scrolls that seem to be over 100 years old, penned by explorers of the Broken Lands.
Mm-hmm.
They relate the history of the Brethren, a group of goblins. Just got a... It said, as explained earlier in the adventure.
Well, that's handier than a pocket in your undies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably referring to the adventure background or something.
Yeah, that's what I was having a quick look to see if I can actually bring it up quickly. Okay, so they talk about a bunch of shape-shifting goblins by the name of Koresh Teed and Sim of the Grasping Dark. That were terrorizing the region 100 years ago.
OSD, and what was it? Sim of the Shining Dark or something?
Sim of the Grasping Dark.
Darksmith. And but the treaty's only 60 years old, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
And basically, it stresses the Brethren's ferocity, cruelty, and above all, fear inspired by the dread grasping dark.
Sounds like my kind of people.
And it says that the malignant creatures at last succumbed to their own fiendish appetite for power, turned on one another and destroyed themselves. Their former thralls, glad of the tidings, entrusted the bodies to some kindly monks for hiding, and none could ever resurrect their foul peril.
Do we know where their bodies were kept for safekeeping?
Apparently, Lord Gemion of the Baricom Monastery, located in the Broken Lands, is where the references say that the bodies could be found.
Right.
But how to get there has been torn off the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
That seems suspicious.
And
Possibly.
And the archivist, Benna Hurstan, is able to tell you that this scroll was intact last time she checked, which would have been in the last month.
Yep.
And she's such a good archivist. Would she remember where?
She doesn't read. She doesn't read the text and memorize the text. She just remembers.
Ensures that it's not damaged.
Right. Okay.
Was she aware of their topic of research?
She was not aware of the topic of research. Just that.
Okay. Just knows that they had access to this particular scroll that's now damaged.
And that the prince didn't have much use for books. So that meant that it was most likely the minister who was here for the books.
Yes. Well, I don't know if anybody else, but Dimitri's potentially interested in finding out, having found out this information.
Yep.
And he'll let the guys know that possibly they weren't just lost. Maybe they've decided to go off the beaten path, looking for some sort of power source or disruptive influence.
Mm-hmm.
The Dimitri's interested in trying to find out a bit more about this Aracandus, Ariacus, or whatever his name is, as to what sort of person he is, what his goals were. So effectively talking to either the other family members or friends, nobility type stuff, or the other ministers and things.
Okay, so you start trying to chat up and find some extra stuff. After you give the guy some gold, he says, "Oh, I do remember something strange that happened before the caravan left." He says, turning to Rhea, this is Linus, who you gave the money to. He says that the Minister Kays gathered hairs from many of the horses using the caravan. Very much as if collecting spell components like he's heard about.
So for every single horse he gathered their hair?
She.
Invisibility.
Alright, that's a lot of hair.
Depends on how much you take. If you take a single strand from a lot of people, it doesn't give you a wig.
And do we know what the components were used for?
He's not a magic user. He just thought he'd point that out to you.
Okay.
Plowman goes and waits outside. He tells you that he's going to go and wait outside the city because he's bored of all this talking and magic nonsense. And he starts training horse.
Okay, so Jeremy, you drag anyone with you when you go talk to the other important people?
He's happy to have people come along, but it's not like Dimitri believes that anybody could do things better than he could.
Okay, so you managed to get a meeting with Sir Sergi Toronescu, Lord Ambassador of Karameikos.
Huh?
He's a fat, black-haired lout with a shady past and looks very corrupt. But he's a fellow Chaldaran.
Mm-hmm.
And
Chaldaran's done good here in Galaxy City.
Well, he's actually a Karameikos from birth.
Oh.
Though he was born before it became Karameikos.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, I'll talk about the fact that, yeah, well, we've been tasked to find the lost hostages and the lost minister on the caravan. But I was trying to find out a bit more about the minister to ensure that, like I say, who he was, how he was, why he was on the caravan, all those sorts of things.
He doesn't know much about the woman because, well, he's basically just a he looks more like a thug than a spellcaster.
Mm-hmm.
And making sure I've got the name right. He did say that the prince was more of a thug than he was.
I had heard that he wasn't necessarily much of a bookworm.
And that once he had the prince had a pet cat, so he ate it.
Mm. Yes. Well, so do you know people who might have known Aries so much, Ariakis? Whatever.
Minister Kays might have might be known more by the scribe or the interpreter or the provisioner because they're all bureaucrats. He says.
Mm.
Maybe even the alchemist and healer might know. Because, well, he tended all the bureaucrats. No clerics here, so they have to use an alchemist to actually heal all their woes. Backwards they are.
But at least they don't have to worry too much about vampires and werewolves usually.
He just looks at you and says,
not like back home.
They're worse here than they are back home. Here they can actually be part of royalty.
Well, at least you know where to look for them.
Rumours are Moldavia to the north has the worst vampire problem in this part of the world.
Wow.
And then New Aberdeen to the west has the worst vampire problem in this part of the world.
Probably a good thing I'm going south then.
So bad that apparently they're trying to put together a principality of just werewolves.
Hot dog.
Literally.
And then we just have to research the silver rain spell.
Well, it'd probably be illegal there because, well, hey, I'm sure they're all outdoors peeing on trees at the moment, but...
Yeah, but don't come in, like, we get a silver rain and we'll just send the cloud across over their country. Get them all in one hit.
If they manage to get themselves a principality, that would be considered a breach of etiquette.
I usually got caught.
It'd be funny to think
scares
about.
me sometimes.
Only sometimes.
He's happy to give you a letter of introduction to any of the bureaucrats if you need it.
Yeah, I was going to say, yes, I might try and talk to Mr. Cage and in fact, the translators could be interesting. I know a few languages myself. I'm curious about them. So, but yes. And then Dimitri will say, so who can I talk to next? Who do you know?
Well, I know Tenebra's Illuminarium. He is the alchemist. I know Deniar Neville Noggin, the interpreter. I know Terran Colorum, the scribe. But I don't really know Roland Padilla, the provisioner, very well. There is some lad by the name of Lauren in the stables, but he talks too much, and he seems to worship spellcasters.
Well,
Make me very uncomfortable.
Well, maybe this Denon person sounds like they might be worth talking to.
So which one are you heading towards? The
interpreter.
Okay. He gives you directions, and you walk through the upper story of the ministry, and you manage to come across him. He's a young, gangly human with very short brown hair, rodent-like features, and a pleasant but slick manner. And he seems to have lots of pendants, rings, and lenses all over him. He says, hello, can I help you? Do you need something translated? I'm here to translate. I will translate anything for a gold.
Greetings, I'm looking for some information and I'm speaking Orcish.
Okay. He looks at you for a moment. Goes through a couple of his different eyepieces, puts one on, and he goes, could you repeat that for me, sir?
I said, greetings, I'm looking for some information. Speaking in Dwarven.
He pauses for a moment and says, if you could use the same language, that would be better. He swaps glasses and puts a new set of glasses on.
He'll speak Thiatin and say, I was understood you're a translator. You know not languages?
He just sighs and says, yes, I know many languages. I just have to have the right glasses on to understand them.
That doesn't mean you know it.
I know many languages because I have many glasses.
Admittedly, Dimitri's got a pair of glasses like that to get to know Gnomish. But he already knows Gnomish anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, well, I understand that you might be the person to talk to this, Minister Karameikos and the caravan. Might have been involved in some of the plannings and preparations? Or possibly you assisted with the treaties?
I did a lot of conversation with the goblin and some of the paperwork they wanted translated. So all this talk about something about the Brethren and historical references to Yar's goblins, including when the arrangement started and what the provisions of the arrangement are.
The arrangement as in the treaty from 60 years ago?
Yep. And about how the arrangements came about because of how bad those goblins were for the region. The caravans were meant to stop any need for the goblins to go off and raid any of the neighbouring countries. Which didn't sound like fun for the goblins because the goblins like raiding. But if the goblins didn't have to raid, then that meant that they could get onto other business.
So basically the treaty was set that in return for the goblins reducing their raiding upon all the caravans, Delancey was paying a tribute to the goblins. Is that right?
That's correct. And includes not attacking the Ethangari messaging surface, but then again, that's just common sense.
You mentioned that you helped Prince Kano translate some documents and things. Did he bring any specific? Did he bring direct documents to you?
He did bring documents from the archives, and they were all about these two figures known as the Brethren.
Mm-hmm.
Scary people.
I don't suppose you remember any of the contents of documents, or possibly if there was any descriptions or maps or things like that attached to them?
One of them had a map at the bottom, but he never quite got that far. They just wanted to confirm what the gist of the thing was about.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you don't recall what the map was of or where it located?
It does go into the plateau of Zerd and goes into detail about a path and a monastery located somewhere in there, but the details of exactly where are a little unclear.
You should work on your memory. You should memorise everything you see. Makes it much easier.
It would. I might actually learn languages instead of using magic.
I cannot wait until the day Dimitri gets put on his ass.
But did you have
It'll
anything?
never happen. At least not that anyone will see.
Did you have anything you wanted translated?
There was
I
great
mean-
rejoicing.
As a player, I spend too much time thinking about how I'll take down the other player characters. Happy to
I know an
spend half my
arrow
time.
that attests to that.
Yes.
Well, Dimitri collects those as well.
Blades or arrows.
Yes.
the certain character bane weapons.
Oh, right. Okay.
Do we
So
know?
he's got an instant death plan for the rest of us.
Well, not for most people. They're not worth having. They're not worth planning for.
I don't think Alwyn Fuckknuckle is a threat.
Well, perhaps if you perhaps the scribe that they might have worked to would have paid closer attention to what the details and things like that he reproduced. You know where I might find?
He goes, yeah, he can point you to the knob. He means Nolrab. Don't say he called him a knob because he thinks of him as a knob. He really isn't a knob, but he just keeps digging himself into further and further corners. He obviously doesn't like this guy very much.
Yeah, no problem, Danny. Show me the way.
Okay, he points you to where his office is, and the fact he has an office is also something that grates on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently
Maybe.
he's a translator, but he's not allowed to have an office.
Well, maybe because this guy, maybe because this Noab actually works for his knowledge and understanding.
Okay, so you have no problems finding this tiny office. One of the smallest offices you find in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even have a sign.
But hey, it's still better than Denia.
On one side of the wall has brooms being hung.
Yeah.
Of course, they're self-cleaning brooms. But someone has to look after them.
Absolutely.
And you see there's a sign saying Terenia Norab. Here for all your needs.
Greeting, fellow.
Yes, so how may I help you? And what are you offering for said help?
Yeah. I was pointed in your direction as someone extremely knowledgeable and trustworthy that had been helping out Prince Kano and or Minister Ariakos before they departed on their ill-fated adventure.
I help everyone for a price. As long as people meet my price, I will help them.
And what kind of help did these people need?
Oh, they needed about 100 gold worth of help.
And how long did that take you?
About a week.
And what was the topic of their help?
Well, that's where you need help. I think that topic would only cost you about 50 gold. Though if we argue about it, I can raise my price if you like.
Obviously, the information I got from Deniu is quite accurate.
I have never seen him to lie about things.
Yeah. Well, if you're not willing to provide the appropriate service to the ministers of Galantry and to save Galantry City from the rampaging horde of goblins from coming from the broken land, I'll be on my way.
I'm sure the next group coming in will pay my price, he says, as he waves you out.
Oh.
He looks that uninterested in your threat.
Oh, okay. It doesn't really bother me either, so...
He's written up as that much of a dick.
And hey, and it's not like Dimitri's willing to offer any of his vast wealth.
Yes, where's Raya and Moneybags when you need her?
That's right.
Well, we weren't brought along.
Okay, so while Dimitri's running around seeing the important people, what would Raya like to do?
Well, firstly, were we informed about that parchment thing being stolen? Well, the bottom half, whatever it is.
No, but they could have pointed you towards the person who looks after where everyone lives, the person who looks after everyone's health.
I think I did specifically mention that I'd seen you guys on the way through, and the fact that, didn't I stop in with you guys for something after doing some talking?
I think he did.
Okay.
I thought it was that.
So he's passed on that information.
He has, okay. If possible, Rhea would like to find his criminal contact and see if I can get some information as to who might have stolen the bottom half.
Oh, well, Dimitri said the fact that it looks like those two, the Karameikos and Prince Kano, were obviously, that's what I was talking about, the fact that they were looking to disrupt the whole situation by searching out for some troublemakers that lived 100 years ago.
It looks as if it was the minister who stole it.
So I did specifically say that it was those two that had actually apparently gone in there, ripped off this page with a map or directions.
Yeah, okay.
Which is why the translators saw the map there, but didn't pay any heed of it.
Right, okay, yep. Alright, I guess we'll go visit the alchemist.
Okay, so while Jeremy's off chasing up the interpreter and the scribe, you find the alchemist. The alchemist is an obese old man, more than a little crazy, and he has chemical stains all over his canvas smock. He has a blue star tattooed in his forehead, and indicates he's officially licensed to practice. He goes, "Oh, you need a potion? Something to keep more hair on your head?" I do potions well. I'm a potion master.
I've heard you're one of the best, if not the best.
He laughs. Well, if I'm the best, I would be working here.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure you're better than some, though.
Better than some, but not as good as the best.
That's a shame.
I actually don't get paid for most of my work. I get a salary.
What is your salary?
Pretty crappy, actually.
You get paid in food or actual funds?
I get enough funds to do research, but not very much. But food's free and accommodation's free, so I can't complain.
Fair enough.
Also, no privacy does not help whatsoever.
No, I'm heard everyone comes to you with the weirdest ailments in between.
Oh, they do.
I had some questions, if you don't mind.
I love questions. What would you like to know about? I know many a potion. I can tell you a potion that will make a man's hair stand on end, and another one that will make it strangle him.
Maybe later, in regards to potions, but I would like to ask about, what's the name of this? The minister and
Aurelia Kays.
Mm.
Yeah, she's a crafty one. That one. Pretends she doesn't know anything, yet she seems to know the right things. Can't bamboozle her at all with a dodgy potion.
Has she tried to bamboozle you?
No, I've tried to bamboozle her, and she's seen through it. Most of the other ministers do know a thing.
Hmm.
So potions are like, oh, that's just alchemy. Why do I care about that stuff? I care about magic. Yeah, they can't heal any of themselves, and I have to do all their healing for them.
So, what do you know about her?
She seems to keep a lot of things private. Very much quiet stuff. And was asking me something about this oak and an acorn powder that shrinks you.
Oak and acorn powder that shrinks you.
Oak in acorn, it's called. It's a powder that will shrink you.
Mm-hmm. And how hard is that to find?
Well, it is a pretty rare substance. It's not an easy thing to find.
Is it from Glantry?
It's an alchemical item. Alchemical, magical. Yeah, so it sort of, goes between the two when you get to that level of power.
And it shrinks you, you say?
It shrinks you, yes. Requires a piece of you in the ingredients.
It requires a piece of you.
some hair.
Yeah, like some hair. Hair would do well.
Mm-hmm. And how much is a piece of a person? Would it require? Are we talking a pound of flesh? Are we talking?
Strand of hair would work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the easiest thing to get because, well, hey, at least it doesn't leave any permanent damage.
True.
And you just have to clip off the little bits at the end and it will work wonders.
And did she explain what she needed this for?
She seemed to have what she needed in hand and just wanted to know how to make it.
I'm assuming she paid you for this knowledge, or did you just tell her?
I know she paid me for the knowledge. But again, I didn't mind going through it was nice to teach someone interested in crafting items than to just say, make this for me and make it so, and then wander off.
Mm-hmm.
She actually wanted to be part of the construction process.
Right. And are there any other notable ingredients that are required for this?
People!
Okay, so a homunculus's brain.
A homunculus's brain?
Yep.
That's rather specific.
A whole brain?
Yep. You grind it up and make it part of it.
Like the whole brain?
Yeah.
And
Not
how
just a
much are
bit of
homunculus
brain?
brains?
No, the whole of the brain. Well, you got to grow the homunculus first.
Yes, I assume that's exceptionally rare?
Glantry. You can get a homunculus made fairly easily. You just have to go employ a spellcaster to make one.
Hmm. Are they expensive?
No, they can be. But I have no problems with making them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what else is required?
Methinks for a big head. I'm sure there are many other ingredients, but they're the main things that you need to worry about. Bit of the person and some homunculus's brain.
Mm-hmm. And this oak in acorn powder.
Yeah. But it's very bad stuff. You don't really want to mess with that stuff.
So if that's the case, why would you make it?
Well, I paid to.
I suppose.
Why do you do anything? Why do we employ the Ethnic to deliver messages? Because
has anyone
they're
else
the
come
best
by
people in the job.
asking for that?
No one else has.
Okay,
Blyman's outside playing with horses.
that's fine. And how long do the effects last?
Varies, it really does.
Would you say a minute to 2 days, or
I'm sure it would last hours. Let me just think on that.
hours?
Okay, actually, when you shrink them, you turn them into mini statuettes, which are there until you undo it.
Many statuettes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's permanent until it's undone.
Until it's undone, yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty specific.
Well, it is a very hard to come by substance.
Sounds like it.
Got to be a master alchemist to get those things done.
How much did she pay you for this knowledge?
Let's see. 10,000 gold.
10,000 gold. And how much would the recipe on its own, just say written down, go for?
A lot more than that.
I thought so.
Probably go for maybe 100,000.
I'm guessing this is one of those only shared by master alchemists.
Only us alchemists on dealing that sort of stuff.
Okay, well, have you heard anything about the, what's it called, the Prince of,
Prince Connor?
Yes.
No, not really. I don't really deal in goblins.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're all...
He was rather talky for a goblin, though.
You've met them a few times?
Yeah. He chats. He likes to chat.
In a good way or a bad way?
I have no idea. I don't understand goblin.
Oh, right. Okay,
I just nod and shake my head at various points, and he thought I was playing along. And then I walked off.
how much your, health potions?
Well, what sort of health are you looking for?
Restorative, preferably.
Hair restoring, skin restoring.
I was thinking wound restoring.
Wound restoring.
Wound closure, perhaps?
Well, I've got this gunk that you rub into the wound and will close the wound.
How?
Well, it hurts like hell if it does it, but it does it.
It's acid.
No, not acid.
Do you have standard healing potions, or...?
Why would I have standard healing potions? I'm an alchemist.
I'm just curious. You know more than I do in this regard.
Well, liquid is more likely to go off. What you really want is the salve that you just rub into the wound to make it better.
Okay.
Or you meant for the win.
How much is this salve?
It will set you back about 200 gold, but it will you'll be able to use it about 10 times before it runs out.
Okay. Well, do you think we could perhaps make a deal if I could do maybe 150?
No, you're right, go for 150.
Sure, if you're willing to do that.
Sure. You talked to me. You seem like a nice lad.
I appreciate that. You seem like a masterful person yourself.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm sure you'll beat the other master alchemists in no time.
No, I'm just going to try to sneak some stuff into the laboratory next time. Change a few of the labels around.
Any tips I should be aware of then?
Yes. Don't rub it in your eyes or try to swallow it.
Good to know. And I'll hand in the 150.
And it's for external application, not internal.
Yep, good to know.
Rye goes down. He's got this powder. We know how. It's healing powder. What do we do with it?
Sniff it. Sniff it.
Just put it in his mouth.
So we give you a little jar of ointment.
Cool.
Cool. Ointment of wound closure.
Ointment of wound closure. I can't think of any other questions, so I will step outside. And I will hand the ointment to you.
I'm outside the city.
Oh, outside the city. I think outside the door.
Yeah, I'm playing with horses.
Right.
Okay, so Jeremy, who are you heading to next?
I think Dimitri's talked to enough people.
Okay. Did Emrys, did your the bartender want to talk to anyone?
No, I'm keen to go and help these missing people.
So you,
I am kind of... Maybe I can voice to the rest of the party that's around that... Is there a possibility that there's a romance between the minister and the prince?
And who?
The older lady and the prince.
I don't know. We can find out if you really want.
Oh, I'm just wondering, because it just sounds like they spent a lot of time together planning for this brethren thing, and I'm wondering maybe there's a, romantic kind of gist. Also, actually, no, I have got something. Who would be the best person to ask about the last sightings of the brethren 100 years ago?
The scrolls that they were written in?
The dead?
Well, that had the bit ripped out, didn't it?
Yep, that did.
And no one else would have that knowledge, do you think?
very few would still be alive at this stage because it was 100 years ago, and while there are elves, most of the elves don't leave their records with the government.
Right, okay. No, in that case, I'll just hang around with everyone else ready to depart when they will.
Plarman has been teaching his 2 other horses how to guard.
You know how to sit? Bink!
No. How to guard fallen riders.
Would be funny, it would be sit and then roll over. Why is that useful? Ride my horse.
It is
sit,
cool.
roll over.
Why at the school? Yeah. It's like, yes, you can ride on special horse. Great ride, best horse in town. Oh, yes, you are a very dignitary person. Clip, clop. Gives them the command, rolls over. Rider goes flying. It is good horse.
Okay, so no one wanted to check out their chambers of either of the two?
Don't know.
Just asking before you move on.
We're sneaking around their chamber?
You were told that you could ask about where they lived
Oh.
and get access to them as part of the investigators.
Oh, I'd like to go to the prince's chambers.
Okay. So, you take anyone with you?
Plarman, if he wants to come.
No, I'm outside of the city.
What about Dimitri?
Yeah, well, if you catch Dimitri when he's not doing anything else.
Okay, you catch Dimitri on his way out.
Alright, I'll grab
But you've also
Dimitri.
got the gnome.
Elwood Farnacle.
Farnacle, the investigator, might help you.
I'll bring him and Dimitri.
Okay, so you find Roland Padia, a large young man with a short black hair, round face, doughy build, talking very quietly and in rather long, complete sentences.
Has he noticed us yet? Can we listen in without him seeing us?
You can. He is very officious, using very nice bureaucraties, where he's basically explaining everything he thinks the other person needs to know, even though they're trying to walk away while talking to him.
Right.
So you know how how you get those people who just happen to mansplain to everyone?
Yes.
He's a mansplainer.
Right. He's called Dimitri.
He's even given Dimitri lessons in how to mansplain.
Alright, well,
Well,
I'd like to go up to him and say hi.
There is a difference there in the fact that he probably actually wants to provide information.
Okay, so
I'd like to go up and say hi.
he shakes your hand and says, "Hi, my name is Roland Padia. I am part of the House of Ministers. My job here is to help you find anything you need to do for provisions in this place. You're wearing one of the green ribbons, which means that you're one of the..." And he just keeps going and going until you interrupt him.
I'll let him go a bit longer.
He will continue on taking quick breaths and not stopping. Doesn't look like he's ever going to wind up.
Fair enough. Look, just before you continue, I wanted to have a look at the quarters of the prince to see if I can find any clues.
Yes, sure. He has dealt with both Kays and the prince. He'll give you directions to them. He's delivered many strange things to those places. And they asked for far more provisions than they really needed, but that's another matter entirely. And he...
No, wait, stop. Go back to that.
Yeah.
That's not a matter entirely. Please tell me more.
Oh, they ordered more provisions than they needed for their trip.
How much did they order?
Enough for 3-4 months worth of travel.
Right.
They called it a margin of safety.
Has that ever happened before?
Not really, but she is the Minister for Treasury, so she could sign off on it.
Right, okay. Anything else that they might have taken or prepped with that's out of the norm?
The strange components that Kaz ordered through provisions, including...
Which were?
He starts going through ingredients that Stefan had heard relating to making a homunculus.
Right, well, I'll write them down because I don't think I was present at the Stefan's conversation.
So he goes through quite a few different things there for you.
Yeah, cool. So I'll supposedly record that, but that's cool.
And it gives you
alright.
dimensions, weight, size, texture, smell, how warm it was, whether it had any sort of it just keeps going on in descriptions of each item. So much so
Excellent.
that he probably could tell you each item far better than you know your own family pet.
Awesome. So my next question is the prince and the minister. Are you aware of any sort of odd relationship between them?
She seemed to take him under her wing like a family member.
Okay. Anything else strange about their interactions that you could perhaps record for me?
That was extremely strange as far as he was concerned. Who would really want a goblin as part of their family? And he just goes on about a whole heap of tidbits about goblins and their behaviours.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, can I go look at their room, please?
He gives you directions to both their rooms, so he says that Kano's room may have been cleaned by now, but he wishes you luck.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And I'll go to the prince's room first.
Yep. Okay, so making your way to the prince's chamber, it is squeaky clean. It is cleaner than anything you've ever seen, but has an odd smell in the place. Give me a wisdom roll.
Yeah, so 21.
Okay, you smell a very rare liquor called tree's blood.
Yeah, Dimitri only got 12.
Right. I'll turn to Dimitri and go, do you smell that? I'd bet my life on it. That's tree's blood.
Definitely used by druids.
That's why I know it.
Not that you would admit that.
No, I'm a bartender.
You drink this stuff all the time.
Does Dimitri recognise the ingredient to such as a druidic symbol or relevant?
Not really, because it's not a well-known one.
Okay.
But a druid knows that sort of thing. Okay.
All right. That's interesting. What would it be used for?
It is a material component in some spells, and it is also something of an addiction to those who have studied nature magic and tried it.
Right, so it's probably an addiction that he had.
Which would seem quite odd that a goblin would study nature magic to begin with.
Yeah, okay. All right. Anything else in the room? Any hidden compartments or loose wood panels or?
By the looks of things, this room has been completely torn apart and put back together again for the next dignitary. It even looks as if they've had cleaning spells cast on it, and the fact that you could pick up the smell of tree's blood meant that you're exceptional.
Why, thank you.
Dimitri will have a look around anyway, just make certain they haven't missed a scrap of parchment that might have got stuck under the bed or something.
Yep,
When they try to rip it up.
give me an investigate roll for both of you as you have a look around.
Well, presumably the gnome investigator might also investigate.
I got 16 on that one.
Okay, as you're looking around, you do notice that part of the area is still wet, meaning it had only been cleaned recently.
So
Right.
Dimitri's got 24.
Okay, so you can Dimitri, while he investigates, he can hear what sounds like a cleaner in the room in the apartment next door.
We should go and talk to the cleaner.
It would seem that she's only just been here.
Yeah. Do you know where she is?
Sounds like they're still working next door.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so you see a elderly man on his knees scrubbing the floor. He says, "Oh, good sirs, how may I help you?"
Do we know if this room is the... Oh, no, presumably these are not the rooms for Prince Kano, are they?
No, you've just left the room.
Oh, no, sorry, no, this was the room for Prince Kano, but presumably it's not Ariakis' room.
No, that she's not in the same floor.
Yeah.
So, how may I help you, sirs?
We're wondering if you have any information of the room next door.
Dimitri's looking to see whether or not he's got a waste basket or anything like that amongst his bits and pieces that he might have filled up from next door.
He does.
Dimitri will just start looking through it.
And inside it, you can see he's actually got a couple of bottles of tree's blood with the Elwyn brand on it.
Oh, okay. And it's just labelled tree's blood, is it?
It is labelled tree's blood. And they also have, even though the sound of someone falling over, they have...
Someone knocked over... Dimitri knocked over his bucket.
And it seems to have, what it looks
Tipped out the basket.
It has cosmetics on the lip of the bottle.
Oh, so it's not him. Can we ask the cleaner if the prince had a consort of some sort?
Not that he knew of, but he had a pile of those bottles. Not that he knew the prince got them delivered through housekeeping. He had everything else delivered through housekeeping.
So there weren't any other papers or left anything like that in the basket that had been taken from the other room?
No, he had pretty much taken everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Just found that bottle in the room left in a corner.
Okay. So,
I think
yeah, okay, so... Assuming you got nothing more with the cleaner?
No, I think we should go to the ministers.
So, as we're leaving, Dimitri will say, so it's an interesting spell on this thing. What's the connection? What's this?
He says
concoction?
that's some sort of liquor. We don't sell that stuff here. So
No, I wasn't doing the cleaner. I was talking to no, you're not playing nice. He's
bartender.
Bartender.
Bartender, that's right, yes.
It's incredibly addictive and usually nature-based.
But the fact that it's got the lipstick on there, potentially, maybe Prince Carno caused addicted Ariakis to this substance.
Or he paints his face.
Sorry?
Or he paints his face.
Well, I was going to say, the other one is the fact that, yes, when there's any indications from anyone, the fact that he tended to wear lipstick.
No indications whatsoever. He didn't seem to have any descriptions of that.
No.
I think it means that if we don't find any sort of records like that at the ministers, that maybe he had a female secret relationship or something.
You mean like with Minister Ariakis?
Or if not her, then someone else.
Well, I said I wouldn't be surprised that they certainly seem to be working together in their research in the archives. So.
Okay, so you when you reach the floor for the minister, you find that you've been given clearance to go to her quarters, which is something not a normal person doesn't get.
I was hoping to be waiting outside for them.
Waiting outside for them? Do you want to go investigate as well?
Yep.
Okay, so you managed to get in. You're waiting for them to show up because you're waiting for the people who've been given permission?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can go with those guys. They've got permission to go through.
Let's follow them.
Okay, so when you get to her rooms, you find they're a comfortable but not spacious or lavish quarters. Multiple rooms make up a suite, and everything important here, such as spellbooks, keepsakes, clothing, and artworks are gone. And so you think she must have removed them herself, which is odd because she was only supposed to be gone for a couple of weeks. and a large roll-top desk stands in one corner. Looking through the papers, they seem to be trash, receipts, old messages, that sort of thing.
Is there a smell of tree's blood?
And there is a smell of tree's blood in the cabinet.
Dimitri will have a look through the papers, including those in the trash.
Okay, looking through the papers, you find some of them were where information on who to ask for to acquire tree's blood, and the name of Tyrannia Kohlrabi is listed.
Dimitri.
Tyrannia Kohlrabi, is that the name that we've come across so far?
Yes, that's the scribe, the one who was charging you money for information.
Yes, that's what I thought. So he was, so the paper suggests that he's a source of this tree's blood. Is that right?
Yep. He will get it in, even though it's considered an illicit substance.
Yeah. So are you asking something?
Just be on the lookout for any receipts on homunculus brains or oaken acorn powder. Because
you mean the stuff that the Prince Kano was trying to chase up, that the bureaucrat knew everything about?
Yeah. Because apparently the alchemist was saying that that's what the minister was after.
Well, yeah, we spoke to the minister and to the guy who was really preppy and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said that they asked for way more provisions than normal for like a 3 or 4 month trip, and for ingredients to go. And then I listed out the ingredients, which I assume be the same.
Well, apparently the alchemist was telling me the minister was extremely interested in a recipe for whatever this potion's called, because I forgot to ask, I think.
I did tell you it was actually called powder of oak in acorn.
Oh, that's the actual potion name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the potion name. I thought it was a powder. Okay.
It is a powder. It's a powder called oak in acorn.
Okay, so it's an oak in acorn powder potion, which includes that and also homunculus brains, and apparently its effects basically shrinks you into mini statuettes, which lasts indefinitely until it's reversed.
Interesting. So she might be taking the caravan somewhere.
Yeah, you could literally take the entire caravan with that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's got something to do with the Brethren. Maybe they're trying to restart it or something.
It could be.
Well, as I said, I suspect that they're on their way to try and disrupt things in some manner. But yes, I'm curious as to exactly who might be the actual perpetrator if Prince Kano has managed to corrupt the minister Karameikos by addicting her to this tree's blood.
It's obviously Shane Song.
Okay, so while you guys are having a look around the room, would Playman be interested in gathering some information from some local taverns?
From outside the town?
Oh, they would have been.
Well, actually, how long have these guys been investigating?
They would have been investigating for a couple of hours.
Yeah, look, let's investigate some taverns.
Is that with your fists, or is that...
Not yet. We're going to lead with some drink.
Okay, so I'll give you a persuasion roll. See how well you go, because most of these people are going to be fairly happy at talking. It's just how much information they give you depends on how well you roll.
I'd like to begin by saying the persuasion roll is the first roll, followed by the intimidation strength-based roll. 11.
11. Okay, that's enough for them to tell you some of it. So what you hear about them when you sit down and you talk about this missing caravan that everyone's talking about. You hear that local gossip says that the caravan had plenty of magical items. Eyewitness accounts of a funny, eerie explosion by Baron's Gate in the staging area where the caravan assembled. The explosion, high overheard, sent forth bright blue and green tentacles of light that smelled like spearmint, and everyone touched by the light got indigestion. This was attributed at the time to a misfire by a practicing young wizard nearby. And that's one of the things that they said. Another one is some patrons remember Prince Karnos as a high-spirited drinking buddy. He often cursed Galantrian customs called rival goblin tribes in the Broken Lands pansies, and talked admiringly about the Blood Brethren, his savage ancestors. Kano usually ended each night's drinking spree with a drunken gondola ride where he would lob stones at any dog or house pet he saw in a villa window.
I guess dogs aren't horses.
Depends how big they are.
And the last bit of information you got was at upscale taverns such as a gambling house, one where a bartender normally works, he often took orders for a delivered an expensive kind of liquor to Kaz's chamber called Tree's Blood, normally made in Darakan and passed through the Owls of Alwyn. And he probably would get her about a gallon of this stuff a month.
Jesus.
And that he's drinking up the fact that she paid for her last order in full and cancelled further deliveries.
She wasn't planning to come back.
She's on the move.
Right. Well, that's interesting. I go play with horse now.
Okay, so, and while you're at the looking after your horse, you see that the stable hand is teaching the halfling how to properly care for horses by taking him around to all the horses of the region and looking after them for free.
Well, that's good. But he wasn't too bad. But it's good to have proper training.
Well, apparently this is what he does anyway. He doesn't charge for his stuff because he gets paid anyway.
What a champion.
So,
well, so basically, as we're coming out of the minister's room,
yep.
With the receipt saying that she got the tree's blood from Tennille Nolab. Demetrio mentioned the other time, oh, hang on, yeah, that Tennille, that's the scribe that they're probably working with. So
you show back up at the scribe?
Well, I'll happily point the scribe out to them, but I'll go that way, heading that way, and then say, but yeah, I'll catch up with you a minute. I just want to go and talk to this other guy over here first. So, and I'm going to go denigrate Tenia again by talking to him in half a dozen different times and watching change slices.
Plumman, in an effort to both inform the party and train his horses, leads his horses back into town while getting them to travel in absolutely perfect formation through people and crowds.
Run them down, run them all down.
Oh, no, it's not.
Just teasing you.
They're just going slow. But if somebody gets onto the hooves, Plumman's not going to stop. And tries to find the party to relay the information that he found.
Okay. So, where are you going, Raya?
Well, my understanding is that Dimitri's gone off somewhere.
He sent you off to check out the scribe.
Like in the same sort of area, in the exact same, it's basically, I've taken you to where the scribes and interpreters are working.
Yeah.
And basically saying, oh yeah, the guy I want to talk to is just down there in that small office over there. But I'll catch up with you in a minute because I just got to go and catch up with this guy here first. So.
Okay.
So he's saying you should go off and talk to this guy.
Okay.
Without him.
Right. So you're going to see the scribe yourself by telling us to go see the scribe, even though it's not the right scribe.
No. I'm
confused
telling
right
you guys that, hey, yeah, the guy over there, that's the guy that sold the tree's blood.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. Okay.
And also probably copy down some information for them. But I'm sure you guys talk to them. I'm going to talk to the interpreter that they were talking to in that situation.
All right. Well, I'm sure our mutual druid bartender friend can converse with said person, and I'll go check on Plowman.
Well, no. Got to think, Dimitri's definitely encouraging both of you to go and talk to this guy.
You don't trust our new friend to do this?
Well, no, it's more the idea that he's noticed that Raya's ridiculously generous with giving away money, and that'll work well for this guy.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Now I understand.
Right.
I was waiting for that to trigger.
Well, I suppose. That's not the reason I'm doing it. But there you go.
Okay, you walk in, he goes, "Oh, Raya, I've heard about you."
You have?
Yes.
He says you rub his hand together.
Your name's been passing around this place for a few hours now.
Why?
You are apparently a very nice person.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Now, I believe our friend here would like to discuss a few things with you.
Sure, I can discuss anything, though unfortunately my time is money, so unless you're able to actually put forward some funds to make such time available to you, I can't really help you very much. He looks at you pointedly.
Are you a caster, perchance?
I can cast many things.
Such as?
Spells. Magic. The arcane.
So what do you use your arcane for in terms of scribing? Apart from making the quills and moving the
Buromancy.
ink. Buromancy.
Yes.
So you're a political arcanist.
Yes.
That is an interesting career.
It makes money,
Well,
and I'm good at it.
I suppose so. I will hand him, I don't know, 50 gold to start with.
Okay, you slide across 50 gold. He goes, "So you are as generous as they say. Thank you, sir."
Oh, this is just half. My friend here's going to give you the other half.
He looks expectantly.
Not at me. I'm not there. Oh wait,
Yeah,
am I there? Or is it him? Oh, alright.
Okay, he thanks you both. He didn't know that your friend was such as generous as you were.
They're lovely
But-
people. I'm sure you can tell them everything you need to know.
What information did you need to know?
So, the Aurelia, is that her name?
Oh, if you want to know about the missing minister, I know a bit about her, and you paid her well enough for that information.
Right.
She
so
loves
I know that you.
she loves to lick a tree blood, and I was able to find more information about where she could obtain it in large quantities.
Right, and where was that?
She gives you the details that you already found out about while that playman had found out. So she basically directed him to that bartender. And she also knows that she studied in the realm of Sind and was known to be studying something by the name of powder of acorn of oaken and acorn,
Right.
which was a shrinking potion, shrinking powder,
That's helpful. Thank you.
and that she'd
Anything-
almost completed it last time he knew.
Right. Is there anything else that she was after, or interested, or into? Did the prince seem to have power over her because of the drink, or anything like that?
No, she seemed to be, if anything, more religious than he'd expected.
What do you mean by that?
Most people in this nation, you'd probably say, don't actually follow religion, but he'd catch her every now and then making strange gestures that he would take with religious connotations, but he couldn't prove it.
All right. So, any examples of that, or any supposition of what religion it might have pertained to?
I'm sure it's related to the Sin pantheon of gods that she admired.
Right. And did she say that she admired them? Did she?
She seemed to admire them. She didn't actually say it, but he interpreted that she did.
Okay. Okay.
And he's normally pretty accurate on his interpretations.
Well, yes, he has so much money from which to focus on it. Is there any presence of the sin, and is the sin religion related to the Brethren at all?
Not particularly, because they are located off to the west of Darrakan. There's a big nation, desert nation that way, and they rarely come this direction.
Right.
So
have you heard?
They have more of an Indian style culture.
And remember, you're obviously aware, remind in fact, that Glantu as a whole is very much opposed to the whole concept of divine magic and worship in that sort of way. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What about the Brethren? Have you heard of them?
No, I haven't heard of them. Are they some sort of music group?
Yeah, prog rock. It's pretty cool. Okay.
Well, if you recommend them,
Sounds
he'll
like
check them
music.
out next time he's in the theatre district. He did hear that there's still this ongoing show about some Let It Go personality. It's been going for many years now. He's sick of it, to be honest. He just wish it would stop.
Yes.
And apparently wherever this person it's based on would go, people keep breaking out in song even if they didn't want to.
Yep.
What a major curse to have.
Yep.
Yet no one can
Okay,
be angry
so-
with it because every time they did, they broke out in song.
Final question. Did the minister ever speak about her family, her past, any other places that she's lived, anything that she might have talked about visiting while she was away? Like, did she talk about her upcoming trip?
No, she didn't, but she hadn't been coming to him for any special orders for about a month, so he assumed that she was tying up all the loose ends.
Right, okay. And
she was very secretive about where she'd come from and who she knew and who her family was.
right. Okay, I look at Rhea. Do you have any other questions?
Not particularly. I think you asked pretty much everything.
Alright, then I will bid adieu.
He thanks you greatly and wishes you luck on your quest.
Cool.
And then he says that wish for luck is free.
I
We'll just throw
appreciate
that
it.
in.
I appreciate it. Alright, I go back out and I guess head back to the others?
And we go find Plowman.
Okay, so you go find the others.
Plowman. What's with the precision? Procession, whatever the word is.
Well, it's precision movement in a procession.
Exactly, that
It is
one.
both. Everything needs to be trained, including Ethingar horse.
And how many people have you run over?
I lost count. They're so concerned about magic spells they don't watch in front of them. It's not my problem.
Speaking of problems, I'll pull out the ointment of wound closure and throw it your way. Small balm packet thing.
This is for horses.
No. That's not for horses. That's a treatment thing you put on wounds. I got it from the alchemist.
Horse wounds.
Well, I guess you could if you wanted to, but it's for you.
I don't get hurt.
Yeah,
We've
you know
never-
what? Let's just go with that. You're right.
Famous last words.
I've never been defeated. Speaking of defeated, why are you so generous?
Why not?
You are different.
Well, yes, I was much whiter in colour last time, and now I'm orange.
Okay, so first of all, Fake 10 needs moderation. You look like Oompa Loompa.
Sorry,
Uh,
what's an Oompa Loompa?
Best not to question its ancient Ethingarian tale of man who likes to take children into dungeon and kidnap, turn into fruit? I don't know. Anyway, why are you different?
So it's like the druids then.
I don't know. But there's
Yes.
little men and they're orange.
Yes, Wonka was descendant of me.
Does Parliament give an impromptu demonstration of the type of performance that goes on in this story?
No, he doesn't. But why are you different? What is going on?
I just happen to have changed seasons.
What?
I changed seasons.
The hell is season? Like, salt?
No, like the 4 seasons of the year.
Oh, hellfire, freeze, wind, and fun sunshine.
Yes. Technically speaking, yes. Technically right now I would be your wind.
It does not sound like fun. Fun sunshine. Spring is best. Spring is only good time.
That was your spring? Which one was your wind? Right now I'm autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah, oh good, okay. Well, at least we're on the same page then.
Yeah, but autumn. Have you ever been to Ethinger?
Not sure.
It is really hot and dry. It is windy and cold. It is freezing and cold. Or it is grass. Good times. Good for horses. Spring is only good time. Why would you choose autumn? You have spring.
Because I can change if I want to. I just felt autumn.
Okay, that's weird. I don't understand, but you are a very complicated person.
It's an Eladrin thing.
That's all I need to know. Okay, back to sanity. What's going on? Can we leave now? This place creeps me out. Yeah, don't all speak at once.
I wasn't trying to.
Apparently, you put everyone to sleep with your discussions.
Happy.
I'm ready to go.
I have that spell if you want.
What, put everyone to sleep?
Yes.
I'm not tired, unlike my player who is dying. Well, if we can we go?
Okay, you start heading south. The Wizard's Road is a hard-packed earthen road that starts nearly 50 feet wide as it runs from Galantry's capital, Galantry City, all the way down to Trinitan. It follows the Great Isol and Vesubia rivers, but as the river's course widens downstream towards the foothills of the Broken Lands, the road narrows. In some spots further south it may run no more than 20 feet wide, hardly enough room for 2 wagon carts to pass abreast.
Did we pass anyone on our way down?
There will be many people because this is the major trade route.
Oh, okay.
So this is the road we just came up on.
Oh, okay, yep.
And we
Coming up
passed the
from
press too.
Darrington.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab something to eat and be back in a sec. But who is first watch? As you're riding south, it's 2 days south.
Yeah, Plumman's tired as heck, so not him.
I will.
Alright, I guess I'm second watch.
Elwood could be third.
So, with 6 characters, you can always have 2 people at a time.
Sounds
But I'm sure you don't need a watch while we're in the middle of Glanky City, like in the middle of Glanky Heartland. Dimitri says he backs out.
Well, there are many dangers in Galantrin's heartland, including rampaging monsters that they've summoned by accident.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, but hey, we're not actually in the city, so
Which
the chances
means
of that happening.
they're more likely to fumble out here than they are in the capital.
So who got what for first watch?
I did.
What'd you get?
Rolled a 15. What do I need to add to it?
You add your perception.
18.
So you're looking around, relaxing, enjoying the stars passing overhead as you watch the peaceful roadside. Everyone else who's sleeping gets to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Whoops. Okay.
Oh, damn!
I already rolled my second watch, but that's okay. What did I get?
17 for Dimitri.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a 15.
20. So 15. Okay, so looks like
8.
Looks like Playman has a nice sleep. while everyone else has a strange dream. In the dream, you're standing at the bottom of a huge bowl made of tan stone. The sides of the bowl are etched with bizarre hieroglyphics. Overhead, a blinding light shines down. From grey mist beyond the bowl, a foul-looking black ooze, much like a black pudding, seeps over the edge and into the bowl. It gurgles and bubbles. You cannot move or evade the ooze in any way. As it touches your feet, your ooze turns into black glass, trapping them. Flowers spring up around your feet. The stems turn into clinging vines, and the vines writhing to cover their bodies. And you feel exhilarated with desire, at which point you wake up.
Well, that was creepy.
Are you guys okay? You all woke up funny.
Oh, I just had some weird dream about some slime in a bowl and other weird stuff and hieroglyphics and weird things.
Hey, can you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep.
Well, someone didn't have a dream.
A dream? We dream of horses.
Yeah, don't ask.
And large women.
No, large horses.
So was it a nightmare, or did anyone else have that dream?
I'm happy to talk about my dreams. I have many other dreams too.
No, just this one specifically, please.
Sure.
But maybe another time I wouldn't mind hearing about your dreams.
Mostly involve the sea. Anyway.
And that's what you call the sea.
So no one else had that dream?
I was awake.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to head back to sleep.
Guys, Martin, you're not going to talk about that dream? I mean, Dimitri's a dick, so of course he's not going to.
Depending upon how observant you were, Dimitri never moved, he's still asleep.
I thought I was dreaming
Oh,
of
right.
Dimitri because he's a big black hole. Nothing ever comes out.
Maybe he's got the amulet of nothingness on.
I mean, if I can remember some of the hieroglyphics, I'll write them down and see if anyone knows what they are.
You don't recognise the language.
I don't recognise too many languages, but actually, I can cast a ritual, comprehend languages, but I don't know if that can retrospectively help me learn them. Like if I write them down and then do the ritual, maybe I can.
Give me an intelligence check to write them down correctly.
Jeez, that's a tough one. Oh no, that's actually decent. That's right. I'm a law bard. 16.
Okay, you think you've written them down correctly.
Okay, then I do take 10 minutes to do
Donde
the
es
ritual
biblioteca?
and see if I can understand it. I could ask the other guys. Do you want to help? Do you guys remember the hieroglyphs that you saw in the...
No, I'm trying to sleep.
How about the bartender? Have you got a better memory for the...
Bartender didn't sleep.
He was on watch at the time.
Ask Black Hole.
Black Hole Sun.
Won't you come?
He may have.
I don't want to know.
No, that's right. He's the Black Hole Sun. Yeah, I'm happy to wake Dimitri.
Dimitri's shaken awake.
It doesn't look like my watch.
No. I had a dream.
You had this dream, you had this vision.
I'm sure it'll still be in the morning.
Did you have a similar dream? It had hieroglyphs and black ooze.
I'm sure it'll still be there in the morning.
It's quite important that we get involved now. It could be a foretelling of something in the imminent future. Future. It's really important that you that we sort this out right now.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion.
Martin,
22.
I've got that the cantrip that lets you make noises.
Yeah.
Can I give him an assist by making like a creepy ooh behind him while he says it?
You can even do it without the magic.
It'd be more fun if I just looked like I was completely uninterested and the noise came behind him.
Oh, okay, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Yep, you do make this creepy noise behind him.
Just to make him feel like it's more important.
And yes, he sounds very persuasive, except that creepy noise is disturbing.
Right, so it puts me off, or does it put Dimitri off?
It probably puts you off, but Dimitri is impressed if it's up to Dimitri.
God.
Apparently,
You're not going to let any sleep occur. We'll look at this, are we?
That I'm just going to keep talking until morning, unless we sort it out now. And I can talk and talk and talk.
I think
Okay, tell me about your dream.
I think you've just found his currency.
I'll tell him about the dream and show him what I wrote down from my dream.
No, that one's wrong. It should be this.
Really? I'll just go along with it. I won't call him on the fact that he lied and lied and lied.
What lie? He's not said anything about the dreams himself. He just looked at your script and obviously got the script wrong.
I'm not going to parse your comments. It's all lies.
Yeah, so what about it?
Do you know what the words are?
Are they ones that Dimitri's seen at all?
They are not.
All right, well, give me 10 minutes. Let's have a look. Let's try and figure it out.
Okay, you spend 10 minutes. Give me a ability check. So it should be a spellcasting check.
Charisma.
The big bright light that was in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get any more description of that?
No, well, that was as much as you got from the dream at the time. It was very nebulous.
So
Does it have proficiency as well, or
It
just
does have
charisma?
proficiency. It's considered this. Add your spellcast attack bonus as the roll.
Okay. Plus 8. 20.
20. You have no problems getting the spell off. As you get the spell off, the words fade. Every word you focus on just evaporate.